All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible weekend. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today? Oh, we cannot hear Peter. Or is it just me? It's not me. No, it's you. Yeah. No, cannot hear you. Let me check, make sure my levels are good. You are now. Yes, you are. Yes, I can.
Oh my God, that was all me. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. All right. Sorry about that. Monday morning. Apparently, I'm not quite on the game here. Yes, good morning. I was saying that this could be a very interesting week. The market is in a little bit of turmoil, and interesting might not mean good for your long-term portfolio, but it might mean interesting. So we'll have to see what happens here. We started, as most of you probably know by now, gapping down pretty significantly, but we're moving higher. That's encouraging, I think. Anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's could be crazy times here. I mean, I don't know that it's all going to happen today. But yeah, this week will be quite interesting. Obviously, the war that's not quite a war in Iran is continuing. The global impact is starting to be noticed. I noticed our gas prices here go up quite significantly over the course of this weekend. I don't know if is that happening everywhere. Did you see? I don't know if you.
I haven't filled up yet. So I haven't filled up yet. My wife notices more than I do, right? I fill it up. She'll notice. Maybe because she fills up more often because she's commuting, right? So she'll notice. She'll let me know, what's going on. But I haven't filled up yet. So
Okay. Well,
yeah.
you may be in for a surprise then when you fill up, because if it's anything like I've seen here, it's it's higher. It went up quite a bit. So I'm
Yeah.
lucky because I got gas on Wednesday right before everything started to increase, and it just kept going up all over the weekend. There you go. Bill's saying it up 50 cents a gallon in Illinois, 40 cents. Justin says there. So yeah, it's I mean, as you would expect, and this is really only the preemptive, right? Because we're not actively feeling the pinch from the lowered reserves, but gas prices never actually wait for the actual pinch to happen, right? They always price in advance of movement. So yeah, once they start using the reserves and are unable to replenish, it's a fascinating problem, Carlos, because there's two problems in the world, right? In one part there's too much gas, and in other areas there's too little, or oil, I suppose, is really what the problem is. But it's fascinating that they're struggling, because of course if you can't ship out, you got to shut down the oil rigs, gas pumps, whatever you call it, and apparently that's like a very difficult process because they're all pressure based, and you cap the pressure. And anyways, I was reading about it this weekend. It was all a little bit beyond me, other than I know big problems. So you gotta open that Strait of Hormuz again to get oil flowing, or there's going to be big global problems. In any event, the markets seem to be a little uncertain about what to do about it. And don't forget that we also have coming up, I mean, I guess relatively soon, we do have the U.S. Fed that has to take action, as they do all the time, the 18th of March. So what are we, the 9th today? So next week, next Wednesday is when the next rate announcement is supposed to happen. And, it's getting, well, I mean, I don't know. Right now, the view is still the belief is that the Fed will not change interest rates, but they're in a really, really tough position, because for the Fed to achieve their goals, remember late last week, we had the very surprise number with the non-farm payrolls that I even forgot. Like, normally that's not a thing that I worry about so much, but while there's expected a roughly 50,000 job growth, the non-farm payrolls actually shrunk by 92,000, and the belief is that there's another 60, 70,000 jobs lost that weren't reported because they just missed the reporting period. So that's a pretty significant problem. So with the Fed facing increased prices, but only on sort of one element, right? Like it's only the oil, but the oil, as we know, flows into like 80 to 90% of the other products out there. They've got a problem here with employment, mass layoffs happening, unemployment increasing while you've got inflation. It makes it tough for them to leverage their interest rate appropriately. So anyways, all of this to be said, it creates market uncertainty. And that level of market uncertainty we're likely to see here in the movement of stocks. And I think that's, as I said, we're going to get an interesting week as different people make different decisions about what they believe is going to happen. And that may mean more choppiness. That may not be good for you high of day break traders and those that are looking for momentum moves. Even I'm a little concerned about what I'm going to find, but I guess let's find out together. And we got to start with the stuff that's on the gappers list because that's where it's at. By the way, I'm talking about all this in general because if we actually go to if we go to our economic calendar, there's nothing on it. We actually don't have any data being released today. There's nothing significant happening, so that's why I thought we'll just talk about a general oversight because it is sort of fascinating, and there's also things that are going to create uncertainty in the world, let alone the war in Iran. We've got things like, for example, the PLA, which is the People's Liberation Army of China, which has been for, I don't know, Carlos, 6 months now, doing regular sort of, I don't know what they call it, warning runs. They've been flying their planes past Taiwan anyways, and sort of just making sure that Taiwan knows they're there. It's been a week since their last plane has flown by, which is the first time, as I said, in 6 months or something like that, that they haven't done that. So it should be. What does that mean? Nobody knows because China's been very, very quiet about it. So often you get periods of quiet before armies mobilize. So is that happening? I mean, that could have a deep impact on things, starting with, of course, the semiconductor sector. So, anyways, all of this just creates uncertainty. Ross, I see you're mentioning consumer expectations. Yeah, I don't. This is the New York Fed consumer expectations that comes out at 11. I think it's not 10 a.m. It's 11 a.m. I don't normally mark that because they don't give a forecast for us to work against. So the markets don't usually react to that. But uh, who knows? In this state of concern, perhaps that will have an impact. So if there's anything out there, yeah, Ross is right, guys. 11 a.m. There is a Fed consumer expectation number. I didn't put it on my list here. You might want to be aware of. Okay, all of that being said, let's take a look what's moving. We might as well deal with the stuff that we can actually put our finger on. And there is a lot of stuff on the gappers list. It's funny, Carlos, I was watching this early. I'm not sure if you looked at the list early this morning, but it was pretty empty. And then
Yeah.
bam, just around 8 a.m., suddenly the list just populated with all sorts of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that just started to move, good or bad, right around 8 a.m.
Yeah, I did notice that. I was like, oh, it's gonna be a light day for gappers, but given how the market's reacting, but no, yeah, it's populating here. A lot of stuff in the gap up list, as you will think. Energy and healthcare. Mondays usually you see a lot of healthcare start coming up here. You see Hims, Xene or whatever, Cure, all of these healthcare companies this morning. But Hims has a very interesting story, man. It's like a love and hate relationship with Novo Nordisk, and
Mm-hmm.
they made up. They're friends now, so they're friends. Hims is up 54%. So this is looking really nice. Definitely in play this morning, Peter. So we'll be on my list, as you can see here. 54%, 16 million shares traded. A big gap here as we are getting some positive news after what could have turned out, what was turning out to be an ugly situation with them and Novo Nordisk and legal fees and charges. But Peter, fill us in on what's going on.
Yeah, I one of my favorite expressions out there is the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. Love and hate are just sort of strong emotions, just on opposite ends of the spectrum. But and definitely there's no indifference here. So yeah, apparently Hims and Hers and Novo Nordisk have come to an agreement. They're hugging it out, and they're going to partner to offer the Novo Nordisk's drug tool weight loss strategy, anyways, on the Hims and Hers platform. So this is great news for Hims. It's going to move more than Novo Nordisk this morning, and I think this can actually carry it. This is a strange. I find this a strange stock to trade. However, because it is a NYSE stock, that means that normally, you got to wait for the volume to hit as the opening bell rings. This is one that we already have 16.5 million shares. This is great news that they resolved this conflict and have agreed to partner. Sort of weird how quickly they've decided to go from the bitter court battle to hugging it out. So Carlos, I think we got to watch it. It feels like it's in play. It feels like one that we could perhaps trade this morning. So.
Yeah, I do like this one. When it is in play, it does trade very well, so will definitely be on my list. Let's go to the next one here. XENE is up 47%. Another pharmaceutical companies. We got a couple of healthcare tickers this morning. Another one here, 1.7 million shares traded. I don't like it. I don't think it looks good here. So I'm going to skip on it, Peter.
Yeah, they've got a drug that successfully passed phase 3 trials, X-TOL2. It helps with seizures, and I can't even pronounce what the seizures are from. But anyways, they bottom line passed their drug trials. These are always tough. Every single one of these, we get a lot of them usually on Mondays, like you pointed out. They tend to move at the little volume pre-market. They're basically, they go in the popcorn high risk category. This one doesn't look as good as some, so it's up significantly at 48%. It looks like it's stalled at around this 1.7 million shares, and yeah, not for me. Thank you.
Yeah. So yes, friends, time has changed. So if you are seeing us an hour earlier, we're messing with your schedule this week and going forward to another couple of months, right? So
that's the other thing that happened.
Yeah. So
we had daylight savings time that happened. Now, interestingly, Carlos, daylight savings time happened everywhere that it normally happens, but it happened for the very last time in British Columbia. Why does this matter?
Smartest thing they ever done.
Why does this matter? Because Andrew, who's been talking about moving out of Vancouver, British Columbia for a while now, maybe he's got a reason to rethink that, because for 6 months out of the year at least, he'll only be 2 hours off of the U.S. market. So he doesn't have to wake up quite as early. Their time will not change, whereas ours will. So basically, it'll bring us closer to them. But anyways, it's a weird thing actually, because my wife and I were reading about this weekend, Carlos, and they've decided to fix the time on. Now I got to get this right. I think they've decided to fix the time at this current time, which is the daylight savings, as opposed to the standard time. Anyways. And the now, of course, people are saying, well, wait a second, that's not the best, because that means on certain times of the year, the sun won't come out until 9 a.m., right? And that means you won't get any sun for your morning drive, which has a psychological impact and mental health benefits or problems and all sorts of stuff, and that maybe they should have fixed it on the other side. Anyways, whatever. So it's for the time being, nothing changes for Andrew for the next 6 months, I guess. But when we go to a fall back, all right, he won't fall back. So it'll stay, which means it'll only be 2 hours off. Anyways, we'll see. We'll see what happens, because he's been talking about moving to Toronto, which if that happens in the next 6 months, I guess it's all moot. But we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I think we got to get rid of this thing. It creates such a havoc in my household and my kids. It's just ridiculous. For the next week or so, I'm going to be pulling them out of their beds by their feet. It doesn't make any sense. Get rid of it. It creates more problems than solutions, I think. Now, back in the days when we were dealing with candles, if you had candles, we got electricity now. We got lights. We don't need this thing. Get rid of it. All right, here we go, friends. Let's continue here. QURE QURE, friends, what we got here? Up 34% this morning. 916,000 shares traded. So we are seeing a little bit of action here on the daily as well. I don't think this thing trades very good. We've seen it in the past a couple of times on my watch list. Never actually put it on my primary list. So I won't be doing it today either. I think today we're going to have so many great stuff, especially towards the gap down of this list. There's a ton of usual suspect airlines and all this other stuff that's going to trade very, very well today. And I'm just hoping the key here is that we don't get stuck in chop. Peter, QURE, do you like this one today?
I don't know. The news is sort of weird, and no, I don't. Again, it's another one of these drug type companies. We have seen them in the past. Unicure, they've been on the list. This is sort of it's sort of weird news. Apparently, the head of the U.S. FDA, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, who is in charge of vaccines and gene therapies, is leaving the agency. And was one of the key individuals who was preventing a lot of drugs from being approved. And people believe that's going to be a good thing. And I don't know. Assume they expect the next individual to be a little looser on their, review of things. I'm not sure, but anyways, Unicure and a few others are jumping on that belief. They also got an upgrade. I mean, sort of a resulting upgrade from a couple of the analyst organizations, including like Wells Fargo and RBC Capital, which specifically upgraded them all the way to $35 from their previous 11. So they suddenly believe there's a lot more upside here on Unicure. Still not going near it myself.
Yeah, yeah. We'll leave this one alone here, friends. There's going to be so many better things to look at. BHVN is another one here. Melanie says, blame the farmers. So, yeah, if the farmers are the ones that need to wake up early, then you wake up early or wake up later. But don't make the whole country do that. Like, do it yourself.
But
It's just weird,
but
the
it
concept.
I like how that's been one of those types of jokes that it's like if you're a farmer, you don't care what the clock says. You wake up when the
Yeah,
cows wake up, you wake up when the
that's
livestock, and
true.
they're not reading the clock. So they could
They're
care
not
less
looking
what your
at that.
clock says.
They're looking at the sun. Yeah. BHVN, another one. We're going to go through this list very quickly because I don't want to waste too much time on stuff that I know I'm not going to watch. Here's another one, Peter, that just looks garbage compared to all the fun stuff we have on the other side of the fence here. Anything you like on this one?
No, same news that we talked about. Biohaven's moving because of the departure of the FDA head. So yeah, I don't like that news too
Yeah,
great.
don't like that there. Here's so there are some energy tickers on here. Here's BAT-L, which we've been talking about
Oh,
all last week.
your mic's doing
Um,
that thing.
oh yeah, they're tapping in. The farmers are tapping in.
Your
Uh,
mic's doing that crackly thing there. So
yeah, yeah. This is the farmers.
okay,
When I start talking about them, they start tapping
they're
into the line,
tapping
creating
into your
friction.
microphone.
Yeah, 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 that's what they're doing. So BAT-L this morning, we are up here 10%. Give a lot of energy tickers are again obviously up huge this morning. This one up 10%, 3.1 million shares traded. Seems to be the one that like Oxy's up and all these other ones are up today, but this one seems to be the one that's getting a lot of reaction, right? It's like the new kid on the block
Yeah.
or something, and it's just getting a lot of play. I think it'll be a good one to watch today, depending how things unfold with after the market open and the big volume comes in. But there's other ones like Oxy that you can take a look at this morning, Peter. With that, let's go to you. Any energy tickers that you like this morning you're going to be watching?
You know, I find it weird that this battalion seems to become the poster child for oil prices in this round of, economic events. No particular reason for it that we can figure. But hey, sometimes you just don't argue, right? This is sort of the meme stock of this move. So it's doing what it's doing. This actually had some better movement last week than you might have expected. And Carlos, I don't see any reason why it would not continue this week. Still haven't traded it. Still don't really plan to trade it, but it can be fun to watch. So, if you're going to watch any one of them, it seems to be the top of the list. We talked before about Occidental Petroleum, Oxy, which was sort of the poster child of the last time, right? We had big oil moves. And for whatever reason, BATL is the one that's got front most attention this time around. So Oxy seems to not be very active, right? And is taking a back seat this time around. So I don't think I'm going to actively. I said I'll watch BATL just because I feel like I should to see what's going on, but very unlikely I'm going to trade it. In terms of the gap up, like you mentioned, there's all sorts of things in here. We also have a couple of the rare earth metal companies that are on here. One that you might want to look at is UMAC, which I'm a little surprised it's on the list, but this is one that Unusual Machines is the name of the company. I sort of like the name.
Yep.
But they are a Trump-backed drone company, so they're going to get some orders. So yeah, this one is doing well in the current crisis. So yeah, it's might be worth watching. It's tough to tell whether it's going to get volume or not. It also, this trades, it looks like, on the American Stock Exchange, which is not my favorite, but anyways, I noticed it on the gappers list. Other than that, it's tough to find the big stuff is not on the green list, Carlos. It's pretty much
Yeah.
all of the major stocks are gapping down. What we got on the gap up list are, the very specific industries that might have some benefit this morning. So oil and gas, drone companies, and some of the pharmaceuticals we've already talked about. So all in all, the only thing I'm taking off of it is hymns.
Yeah.
Oh, how
No.
about Zim? We could do that one.
Which
It,
one?
it really it doesn't get much volume. ZIM, only because they had earnings. We did have some earnings this morning, by the way. Most of the earnings I was watching are gapping down. UMAC also had earnings, by the way, this morning, which is another reason why it's gapping up. So again, the focus is not on their earnings as much as it is on the expectation that they're going to see some good, strong business coming their way. But Zim, which is Zim Integrated Shipping Services, beat their numbers in quarter. And, shipping is front and center, of course, with some issues happening with the Strait of Hormuz, but that's not where they primarily operate. They're shipping from other places. But in any event, they are up marginally. Oh, no, sorry. They just went red. They're now down. They're now red. So, like I said, not a big mover, but it was on the list. Yeah, that's all I got for gap up.
All right, friends, let's take a look at what's gapping down this morning. We'll look at the top few here, and then, I mean, all of them are on here this morning. So we'll see what's happening. Let's take a look at OLMA. It's the first one on deck today. We are down 41%. Ouch. So pharmaceutical company taking a hit today, 651,000 shares traded. You know how it goes. Some kind of failure or something. Something didn't go well. Some taste. Test. And you can see here the drop. Normally they don't trade very well, so I never add them on the list, Peter, unless you give me some kind of news that's different. But for the most part, they're not a great day trading tickers.
Yeah, and there's no clear news. In fact, the headline says no clear news for this move today. So, um, they I go to the Olema. This is Olema Oncology, and they're a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company focused on transforming the metastatic breast cancer treatment paradigm. Anyways, I go to their website, and their website's got this short, repeating clip of a person running their hands through wheat. Why is that like always the signature image of medical services companies? I'm not sure what is that supposed to symbolize? Why does everybody like to run their hand through tall glasses and wheat? Yeah, like it's the gladiator scene. Exactly. They used it there
Yeah.
too. Anyways, I'm not sure what is that supposed to evoke freedom or health, or it seems sad to me. Every time I see that picture, I'm like, why put such a sad, lonely image? That's what it feels like to me. But anyways, they love it. You see it in commercials, you see it all over the place. In any event,
This is very
especially
true,
with so
sir.
many people being allergic. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's right. You could be looking at that going, "Oh my God, my allergies would be going crazy." What a what a nightmare that is. just doesn't feel like the type of image that I'm not sure it's evoking what they think it's evoking in most people. But in any event, no clear. So all that being said, no idea why this is moving. Not putting it on my list.
All right, here we go. Let's go to the next one, friends. BNAI today. So BNAI, we are. Hold on, let me get the right ticker. We are gapping down, excuse me, 15% this morning. So taking a bit of a hit here. Their daily has seen a lot of activities recently. If you guys remember, this is a big one that went up like crazy to about almost 90 and slammed back down. So seeing some more activity here. Volume still not what is we saw when it did make those bigger moves. But Peter, we're seeing some action. Looks like it might have started after hours on Friday. Did get a big drop. And this pre-market actually starting to recover a little bit from Friday's after hours low. So anything happening that's causing this momentum?
Not really. They closed a secondary offering. They made a placement of about 1.5 million in shares to Bend the Capital Fund. And I think, usually when you do these private placements, your stock price takes a hit. That's the only news I see on it. So I assume that's what's happening.
All right, there it is. So BNAI this morning showing some activity, but again, I think there'll be better things to look at. EDSA is another one on deck this morning. Not getting a whole lot of volume, but we are down 4.6. Daily has had a lot of movement here, going from $2 to $4, then from 350 to almost 750. And today pulling down a little bit here. So you are getting some movement here, but the volume seems to be very, very low on this one. Hard to borrow, so you can't short it. Just a lot of red flags for me personally. So I won't be watching this one this morning.
Yeah, it's another biotech. I don't know. They had some phase 3 trial data. Seems the market doesn't like it as much as the company says they should. So it's gapping down. But that's not new. That's not brand new. So I'm not sure what's prompting this directly. Yeah, I'm going to ignore it.
Yeah, don't like it either. All right, we'll do one more, then we'll hop around to travel, quantum, and then we'll talk about our semis. They're not here yet. I only see Intel. We'll see what our semis and tech companies are doing. Our usual suspects. I think it's going to be that type of day today. But let's see. Let's see what IBRX has for us here. It's the next one on here. So IBRX. What do we have? Down 4%. Yeah, this is garbage. There's nothing to see here. Like, this is just, what is this? It's not tradable. I'm gonna leave this alone, Peter. You have any news to share on it?
No, they had to resubmit data to the FDA, which they did late last week. No response yet out of the FDA, but you wouldn't expect it after just submitting the data. So, yeah, I don't like it. The news is not good.
Yeah, no.
So.
We'll leave these guys alone. All right, so we have travel, right? So we have CCL, we have American Airlines. I don't see Delta on here, but I see American Airlines and CCL. Clearly, this thing affects them with the oil prices shooting up. It's going to affect travel. You can see here CCL down 3.6. Not only the cost too. Many people don't want to be on a plane to certain places, right? So people are going to stay home and just watch Netflix. Netflix should be going up. Is Netflix moving higher? Netflix should be moving higher. Well, it gapped up a few days ago, but it's not doing anything now. But that should be moving up, I think. CCL here taking a dive, down 3.6. Not a whole lot of volume. American Airlines is on the list as well, Peter. This one looks a lot more active, down 3.6 with 1.5 million shares traded. And you can see on the daily, they have not been doing well even before the war started. They've been gapping down a lot here, actually, quite a bit. So, as far as travel, Peter, any of your favorites on here you'll be watching this morning?
I don't think I'm going to be watching any of the travel stocks. You're right; they do tend to move when the things happen like this. They don't seem to be moving with any particular volume, so I don't think today's the day for travel. I think all eyes are going to be on the broad, global macroeconomic signals and wait and see what they foretell, if anything. Because we may not get any news, right, this morning or today. It may be later this week. And if so, the market could remain in a state of uncertainty. So it's tough to know what to watch, which means for me, I usually go back to the basics, right? Go back to the stuff that I know can reliably at least move even in uncertainty, which is usually some combination, of course, the Magnificent Seven and the semiconductor stocks. So you guys know what I watch there.
Yep. Out of these travel ones again, I don't see anything. American Airlines looks decent. I might put that like on a secondary, see if anything breaks out on news related that can move this one way or the other. But for the most part, CCO not getting a whole lot of volume. All right, back to our list here. I see Quantum. All of Quantum seems to be here. QBTS. I have Rigetti on deck as well. I thought I saw the other one too, QUBT, but maybe not. So Peter, Rigetti and QBTS on here this morning. They're both down slightly. But again, every time I look at their daily, it's just they somehow make the gap up and down list. But man, their daily does not look tradable. Like it's not going anywhere. So again, they're just barely making their gap up or gap down. Here they're down 2.7, so obviously triggers them on the gap down list. But yeah, they're not really doing anything. It's just making noise, I guess. QBTS, same thing here, gapping down slightly. Daily's also sideways. QUBT, same thing, even less volume than the other two. A little bit better of a daily. Wow, lower price. These things out at $7. Yeah, I don't think they're really in play. I'm gonna skip them actually.
No. Quantum's just a weird space because we all know that it's a technology under development. We all know that it's still a few years out, right? I think we all know that. And you know that the quantum sector has never said anything different. They're just like, we're working on it, and this is going to happen. They're building quantum computers, which they are deploying to usually research institutions so they can start to play with them and use them in different and unexpected ways, right? This is what you do. You send out your beta test devices and you get your beta testers working with them. Now, you know, if you're doing this right, then the quantum companies are getting paid even for their beta devices, and which is happening in a number of cases. Doesn't mean they work well. Doesn't mean that they're you know they're fully sort of commercial ready, but they're working on it. What is interesting, Carlos, is late last week there was a report issued by the City Institute, Citibank, basically, that said that a single quantum-enabled cyber attack on just one major U.S. bank could trigger between 2 and 3.3 trillion dollars in cascading economic damage. Is that what caused quantum to drop? I don't know. Like it's just some brainiac that said, oh, you know, like if there was a quantum attack, you know, it could basically be smarter than regular computers and it could bypass all security protocols and cause a whole bunch of damage. Sure, it could, right? And what did somebody tell me last week? And if my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bicycle. So, you know, it's just yes, that's theoretically possible, but so are innumerable things, right? Often it's not worth the time to contemplate them because there's lots of stuff that could happen. So, anyways, should the market, the quantum sector, be reacting to this? I don't know. I mean, I don't know even if it's that or something else, but I don't really see much news. So, like you said, Carlos, not in play. Interesting, but not in play.
Yep, yep. All right. I agree with that. Nothing to see there. And just looking down the list, again, nothing here looks great, man. Peter, let's go to you. What do you like off this gap down list? Then we'll go to the chat, see what people have. But again, I'm probably gonna watch Tesla, Nvidia, and HIMS. I mean, and wait and see what comes to play. But what do you like off this list here?
Yeah, I'm surprised to see Joby on the gap down. I mean, they're not a drone company, but they're autonomous, like human carrying drones. I would have thought that maybe, you know, as we get more used to seeing drones do things, that maybe their stock would see appreciation. But I noticed they're on the gap down list, and no real news going on there that I can see. You look at, like I said, I'm going to go back to the basics. You know, the Tesla, Nvidia, AMD. Microsoft, right? I mean, everything's Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta. They're all gapping down. PLTR, how about that? Yeah, I thought PLTR might be up this morning. Surprised to see it gapping down almost 1%. It was a little over 1% earlier. Now it's just down 0.8%. All of those are in play. So just pick your favorite. We just have to wait and see what's going to happen. Remember, the market can change personality drastically once the opening bell rings. We are down almost 1% on the major indices, both the Qs, the triple Q and the SPY. However, I'm seeing some signs of hope. And that there might be some recovery here this morning. So don't presume which direction this market's going to go. We really have no idea at this point. So, but again, it could be interesting right at the open. It also might be short-lived. I'm still thinking that the uncertainty has not gone anywhere. It's not abating, and the market may just be very cautious at this open. So I think we're going to get. If I had to guess, Carlos, my guess is a slight move higher with rapid stabilization and then a lot of sideways for today. But let's hope I'm wrong, because that won't give me the trading opportunities I want. So
Yeah, agreed. All right, friends, we'll go to you guys. Let's see what you guys like this morning. Again, my list so far is going to be HIMS. I'm going to add my buddy Tesla here, and I will add NVIDIA. That's some I'm going to be probably focusing on. But let me see what you guys like. Maybe it's something that we could pick off and watch this morning. You could look at Oxy too. Oxy and some of these oil ones, I mean, depending on how things break out, those could be fun and can give you some opportunities. Like Oxy, last time it gapped up, sold off pretty nice right out of the gates and actually gave you a really nice intraday play. You know what? I think Oxy needs to go in here. Yeah, I'm just kind of convinced myself to put Oxy on there. It's not looking great right now, but I have the space. I only have 4 tickers, and I think that one can actually do something this morning. So just keep an eye on it because we have the space to do so. ONDS came back down. I saw that, right? Let me just make sure I'm not mixing up with something else. Yeah, it did. From the 11.50, not by much. It's down like what, 75 cents. It's still holding this 950 level. But I remember we were watching either this week or last week. Not this week, it just started. It was shooting up pretty nice, and then I guess it rejected. I guess it would have been Friday, right? Rejected pretty nice here. So we'll see. I can see a little bit of action here, Peter. Wow, 1.2 million shares just dropped. Look at the effect of the pre-market shots. We talk about it, Peter. How nice is that?
they just announced a merger with a company called Mistral, which is another defense contracting company. And Mistral actually serves as the prime contractor on one of these, basically a procurement vehicle with the Department of Defense, which controls over $1 billion in spend on weapons systems, drones, and the like. So that's good news for Ondas that they're merging with Mistral because, well, they can basically award themselves a bunch of contracts. So, so it's good news. That may spur a little more action, like you say. A lot of this volume, 5 million shares traded right now on ONDS, and a lot of that is in the last 15 minutes or so or 10 minutes since this was announced. So it might be worth keeping an eye on this one this morning.
Yeah. If you guys like it, definitely put it on deck. I personally, I watched it a couple of times even when it was trading very well, and it was not an easy day trading ticker. So I'm going to stay away from it now. But it gets great volume. It gets amazing volume, probably too much volume. That doesn't allow it to trade well and clean here. All right, what else, friends? Let's take a look. I'm looking at both chats here. I'm also looking at X. Good morning, Uncle D trades over in X. Good to see you. Anything else, friends? PBR. Let's take a look here. PBR. Tons of volume. 917. Oh, it's an oil. It's another oil ticker. Yeah. So you could watch this one. Yeah. There's plenty. Yeah, there's plenty you can look at. I won't have this one on deck. I'm gonna go with Oxy, and I got Bat L on my popcorn list just in case. But I'll go with Oxy for that one. And let me see what else. We'll do 2 more. MU and Google. And then we'll head over to our community events and announcements. MU here, friends. We are down 1.4 million shares traded. So again, we got a little bit of movement here. Nothing spectacular, just down slightly. Like many of our stuff is in the red slightly this morning. NVIDIA, Tesla. I mean, you name them. Coin, Apple down 1%. A lot of stuff just down slightly. MSTR is up actually on my list here. They're up slightly as well, but again, not by much. It's up almost 0.5%. So, Yeah, I think we'll call it here. Let's look at Google, but I think it's gonna be the same picture as well. Down slightly. Yeah, down 1.5, 554,000. Pick your favorite. Google seems to have a very nice clean daily actually too. If you look at their daily, that has been trading pretty well here to the downside and losing some areas of support around there on three. This would have been 298. And yeah, actually the daily is really clean on Google. Might be a good possible if we can get something out of it. So I'm gonna add that on a possible there, and we'll leave it as is. And Deton 8. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck Family, my friend. Good to have you. I know we had some other people too. I gotta see the other people that joined. There was some others that joined earlier. So welcome. Here it is. We have Bernard joined very early this morning. So welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck. Pole with Dorothy. Okay, so are you like dancing on a pole there or doing some exercise? I can't tell. You're upside down.
Upside down.
Upside down. All right, but welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck and Deton 8. Welcome just as well. You know, there's a sport for everything. That could be the sport that person is in. But there is a competition for everything you could possibly think of. All right, friends. And if you don't believe me, watch the Olympics. It's just like, really? That's a sport? Yeah, it is. It's a competitive one. Peter, take us through what's happening on this beautiful Monday.
In Monday morning, yes, indeed, which means that we want to help everybody onboard into trading. So if you're new into trading or you just want to refresh your skills, well, we've got some help for you. Starting with our order map. This is the Atlas tool and how you can best use it to visualize market data. We talk about that at noon with Nathan. That's in the webinar room for all of our elite members. Also in the webinar room at 2 o'clock, we talk options, we talk stocks. Gary's going to talk about smart money trades. So those are the 12 and 2 p.m. sessions happening in the webinar room. And then in the onboarding room for everybody, Carlos does his regular onboarding session. That's for all members who want to join. No matter what class of membership you've got, you can join, especially if you're new to the community. Helps you understand how you can get the most out of your membership and how you can get started. You know, I strongly recommend it. So consider joining 8 o'clock tonight, again, in the onboarding room with Carlos. Those are our sessions for today. If you want to join us as part of the Bearable Trading community, there's no time like the present. Why don't you just jump right in there? Go to bearabletrading.com and you can scroll down and find the different membership options. The intro, if you just want to kick the tires and get started, see what it's like, feel, you know, and find out if this is a community for you. We'd like to think so, but, you know, it's up for you to make up that decision. Or if you're ready to go, the Elite Annual is a great deal for a full year of access to everything, including all those webinars, psychology resources, and all else that we have to offer. So consider that, and hopefully we'll see you in the chat room sometime soon. And look, Travis in the chat room says he's new here. So welcome, Travis. It's good to have you as part of the Bearable Trading community, and welcome.
All right, awesome, friends. All right, let's get some levels in place here, everyone. My list again pretty tight today: HIMS, Tesla, NVIDIA, and Oxy, and then we'll see scanners by tradingterminal.com to see what is happening there. If anything comes up that we can actually take a look at. So again, HIMS with some good news, right? So partnering with Novo Nordisk. No more fighting. They're making some good love here. These guys are up 44%, and obviously. Yeah, what happened?
Did I hear you right? You said they're making some good love here?
Oh, partnering together.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I like it.
Good.
Wow, look
at
you.
I like it. Yeah. We gotta spread more love out here. Yeah, spread more love out here. Oh, happy International Women's Day yesterday, March 8th. So
it was.
To all our women traders are here, happy International Women's Day, right? All the women's rights and all that good stuff. So shout out to all the ladies, which, by the way, they've been winning funded accounts left and right. A lot of our ladies. Rebecca won this week. We've been getting a lot of them into the funded account. So good luck to all you ladies out there. All right, let's continue here, guys. So Novo Nordisk not getting a whole lot of movement. All the benefit really is to him. It's the smaller company. I'm assuming it's smaller because that's usually what happens, right? The smaller one's the one that really gets the big benefit out of this. And here they are up 46%. 24.63 is the high of the pre-market. The low is hanging out at 20.53. So we'll mark that there as well. And then towards the bottom here, we are going to add a 7. Oh, there's no really good area. You know, I'm going to go with this one, 1930. It's no real good area in between here. So 1930, so we have a little bit of some gap and moves happening there. Even where the price action is at now, I'm going to mark that 22.93. You can see in the pre-market too. Look at all the touches right on that area. A lot of support and resistance. We keep coming back to it. We are kind of wrapping ourselves around it a little bit. So mark that down on the daily. That's being confirmed by 2 days on here. And I'm sure if you go back, you probably might see some more of that. Above the pre-market high, the big level is going to be at 26.56. And the next big one is going to be here at 28.82. So that's what I have for him. It's looking really good this morning. Very active on some positive news for them. Here is Tesla. Elon is active on X. He's been posting a lot lately. He had a very interesting post where he posted the top vehicles sold per state in the United States, and Tesla, California, of course, and some other 2 or 3 states in the West Coast. In the middle of the country, Peter, Ford F-150. The entire, from like Florida all the way to Minnesota, the whole country, Ford F-150 is the most sold vehicle on those states. And his comment was like, soon Tesla will be leading in a lot more states. So we'll see. But 388. But yeah, he's been very active lately. So definitely be sure to follow him. It's fun following some of his comments. 388.21 is the low of the pre-market, 19 actually. And then below that, we do have some levels right over here at 385.17. And what else do we have? That's about it. Then towards the top, highs and lows for the last 2 trades, these are doing pretty good. Yes, massive recall for Ford. I got 3 of them, and they all got to go in for the windshield wipers or something. They got tons of recalls, so yeah, that's not gonna help. But it's not a recall that your car's not driving. You know, some are probably not even gonna go get their cars checked out, and that's usually what happens. But here it is, NVIDIA, guys, another one that's down here slightly, 3.9 million shares traded. Tons of volume. Towards the bottom, 175.04 is the low of the pre-market. The high is going to be up at 177.60. And if we move to the left, more toward the bottom here, we have another level, 171.02. And I think that's pretty much it. Look at that 175 level. That low of the pre-market, no wonder it's there. You can see how much support you have right here, 175.04. Look how much support you have on this. So no question why you're having that bounce right there this morning early on. So above the pre-market high and the previous day close, you do have an area here that I think is worth marking. It's going to be right around 181.14. So slam one there. I think you'll be good to go. The last one on my list is Oxy, and then you can always look at other tickers on the scanners, but Oxy is going to be one I'm going to keep on here. It traded very well last week on a couple of days, right? Gapped up, sold off pretty nice with everything going on in the Middle East here. 56.59 is the high of the pre-market, and then the low is pretty much where the previous day close is, and then you're surrounded by the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Last time we were up here, looks like it's been a while. Let's go to the weekly. Going back to 2024. We were up around this neck of the woods. Let's mark down 58.47 and then 61 for Oxy. All right, there it is, Peter. That's what we have. Peter, what is our team watching this morning?
All right, yes, indeed. Our team is starting to get their list in, and we'll start at the bottom and work our way backwards here. Mike is going to be watching HIMS, as will I, by the way, Tesla and the scanners. Megan is going to be watching Coin and SanDisk. Interesting. SNDK, she's going to be keeping an eye on. Jared's going to be watching the Magnificent Seven, which makes sense. That's where my eyes are going to be. Thor is going to be specifically watching AMD, NVIDIA, and Tesla. I get it. That's my prime list. And so far, that's it. We haven't heard from Brian or Andrew yet. They should be here trading live. And yeah, it's again, I don't blame people for going back to the basics. HIMS makes sense. ONDS that people talked about, I mean, it had the big volume with the news of the merger. BATL is the signature stock for maybe the oil and gas if you want to go there. HIMS we already talked about because of their kiss and make up session with Novo Nordisk. Yeah, it's I think I don't know. I'm hoping, anyways, this is going to be an interesting open. I don't know what to expect. I mean, I really don't. It's
Yeah.
just a strange Monday, right? With so much global turmoil, so much uncertainty in the market. If you look at some of the uncertainty indices, I mean, they're pretty high. So we'll just have to see what's the VIX doing right now. Yeah, see the VIX is way up there. So it's up above the previous levels of uncertainty that we'd seen back in October and mid-November. So it's getting as high as we had back when Trump announced all the tariffs initially. So not quite as extreme, but yeah, that always makes the markets nervous. So uncertainty's high. That means market turmoil is also high.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, friends, we are all set and good to go. Bumfoot Sand, your comment is interesting, but I disagree with your comment. So it says Americans are so brain dead thinking they need a F-150. 80% of them could use a card. You definitely haven't been to the middle of the country here in the U.S. Man, there's a lot of blue collar workers, man. They're using that F-50 to just put stuff in there and carry it around. It's a lot of mechanics, a lot of stuff that you could do with it. I want to own one eventually, but I have no use for it here in the city, so there's no point. But no, man, it's pickup trucks are a thing. They are a thing. People love them. And let me get set up here. And yeah, they're used quite a bit here
It's
in the U.S.
It's amazing to me that pickup trucks are amazingly popular in the U.S. and almost nowhere else in the world.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, they love them here. They love them, love them.
they are ridiculously inefficient vehicles, and yet people love them. So well, Alberta, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, but if you're using it for farming, then it makes a lot of sense. How
Yeah.
many buyers of
Now,
pickup
now
trucks?
also keep in mind too, like you know these people like Safe Flight and all these other like I got this a company down the block here. They have like 15 pickup trucks, right?
Yeah.
They're great commercial units for them, right? So I'm sure that goes into
Sure.
their sales numbers. So keep that in mind as well, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, let me
And
see
pickup trucks
here.
have great uses. I mean, they're
Yeah.
very valuable, but going to
And
Walmart is not one of them.
no, definitely not. Home Depot to pick up some 2x4s, yeah, but not Walmart
Sure.
or Target.
Yeah. If you're a contractor, if you're a farmer, if
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
run a commercial business, absolutely. They're
absolutely.
great. They're very effective.
Yeah,
Heave stuff in there, use them. But
yeah,
again,
no,
the
absolutely.
surveys show that like something like 95% of all off-road vehicles never get off-road. So things like that is just
Yeah, yeah,
anyway.
yeah. All right, friends, we are ready. I'm ready to go. I don't know what to expect this morning. Andrew and Brian will be with
It's
you
yeah,
guys
I don't know
shortly.
either. I'm
I think it's gonna
I'm
be
hoping
choppy.
that
I
we
don't
get
want to
some good
say it,
movement one way or
but
the
I
other.
think I think we're gonna be into some choppy situations here, man. So I'm gonna be so patient. Look at Brian's list: Tesla, Nvidia, PLTR, HIMS, ASTS, SPY, Qs, the whole market. Brian is watching the whole market. It just kind of tells
He's
you,
watching it all.
watching it all, right? So, yep. We'll see how things play out here. Um, all right. Other than that, friends, we are good to go. POTR, I don't think POTR is not doing anything. It's not doing anything, but it's a fun
Yeah,
one to watch.
not yet.
It's a fun one to watch. Uh, Actually, it's looking pretty good right now. I take that back. It's actually moving pretty nice in the last couple of minutes. Might want to go green. It does have 1.5 million shares traded. Yeah, I take that back. I take that back. Simple, guys. Take it back and put it back on there. People don't like taking stuff back. They just stick to what they said, and even if they're wrong, they just stick to it. Take it back. No big deal. Let's learn from hymns. Apologize, move on, make love, get together with no notice. Good to go.
You're very lovey-dovey today, Carlos.
All right, see Brian's ready to go. Good
All
morning,
right.
Brian. We'll let you to it, and we'll
Is he
continue here on
one-armed or two?
X.
Looks like he still has just one arm. I mean, the
Yeah.
other arm's there, but
Yeah, yeah, it's ready to go. All right, good stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, man, I'm feeling the love today. Love is good.
You're feeling well. That's good. That's good that you're
Yeah.
you're feeling it because I think the U.S. needs more love right now. Did you see that survey from
Mm-mm.
Pew Research? I don't know why, but
No,
it kept getting in my feed.
no. What was the survey
Yeah.
about?
The survey was about basically they surveyed 100 different countries around the world and said, "Do you think your fellow countryman is a good or bad person?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the US was the only country in the world to think that have more than 50% of the respondents said that they think their fellow countryman is a bad person.
Mm.
53% said they felt that they're a bad
Yeah.
person. Which, if you want the stark difference between Canadians and Americans, that's a good one. Like often internationally, they think of us together. Canada, top of the list. The US was the bottom of the list. Canada was top of the list. 92% of Canadians think that their fellow Canadian is a good person. So,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
interesting, and to me, it just shows the way politics are different. As they stated in the survey, one of the respondent beliefs is that in Canada, we if we think things are going bad, we generally blame politicians, whereas in the U.S., unfortunately, the way the politics have worked, if things are going bad, you tend to blame another American, right? You blame someone on the other side of the political divide, as
Yeah.
opposed to
Yeah.
blaming the actual politicians, which is unfortunate, I think.
Yeah.
Because
Oh yeah, it is.
frankly,
We're so
most of
divided.
us,
The division
well,
is
most of us
crazy
have,
down here.
yeah, no matter what your view is, you're not responsible for the bad times.
Right.
Probably, right? Like, in any event. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it was just a weird survey result. It was interesting to see the big disparity. So,
Yeah. I agree.
so
It's so divided down here. I think we should divide the country in half. I think put a line right on the
yeah.
middle. Hey, if you feel like a Democrat, go this way, a Republican go this way, and the country might be happier.
I,
I I don't know.
yeah,
I think we should do it.
I'm not sure that's a
I
good idea,
think
but
I
yeah,
think we should do it. People will be
that's a good way to
happier,
split the country.
and then you move to the
All
side you
right.
want, but you're stuck for 5 years there. You can't be going back and forth after you realize you don't like the side that you're in. I know you're stuck there for 5 years.
That's oh my goodness,
uh,
Carlos, you that's a way
I
to incite civil war on with a clear dividing line. In any event, all right, let's
uh,
focus on the markets here because we got to see what's going to happen. I really don't know what this market's going to bring. I'm hoping it brings some good movement, but again, the level of uncertainty being as high as it is means that we've got yeah, it's uncertain by well almost by definition. It's really hard to say what's going to move. So I'm going to keep an eye on
yeah,
him. So I'm going to keep an eye on this ONDS because I think that merger news is good. We'll see if the big money weighs in and pushes this higher. Um, and PLTR has been a decent mover over the last week, of course, with its expected benefit. So from the war actions. So let's see what where we go. We've got about 2 minutes until this market open, and Carlos, like you, I think I'm going to be very cautious. Like my plan is not to
yeah,
trade right at the open because I just don't know which direction things are going to go. I don't have a strong opinion. So, oh,
yeah,
Brian
man.
and Andrew are now there in the chat room. So they're live. Look at that. They're both up. They're both ready to go. Three
Awesome.
arms between them.
Oh, I think I figured out today's poll. Do people prefer this time or last week's time? I'm gonna do that. Just gotta figure out how to word it. I wonder because there's some people that don't change the
This,
time. They were a little bit earlier for you guys,
oh,
right? And I'm just curious. Not that we could do anything
well,
about it. So
not that,
this,
not that we can
yeah,
do anything about it. Yeah.
the market dictates. We're on market time, so that's what. But just curious. Just curious how that.
Yeah. I'm on market time, so it doesn't make any change
Yeah,
to me, I guess.
yeah. Doesn't make any difference to us.
Oh, there we go. There's my 1 minute alarm. All right.
Yes, yes.
Time. Time to get ready. Let's see where things go. I'm hoping.
Ooh, okay, let's see. 30 seconds. Hims. I got Hims front and center. I think it's the only one that's really, really in play. I mean, 50%. That's nice.
I'm gonna watch Hims and Hers maybe. See if we can get a move. That's the one I like for the open. It's up well, it's up 50%. Yuck. Hard to hard to believe it's gonna go higher, but I mean I guess it could. 50% from a very low number. Here we go. Here's the
Yep.
opening bell. Carlos. See
There
what
it is,
we get
friends.
here.
All right.
Oh, Hims is
Hims.
oh, Hims is the nicey stock. All right, so we do have to wait for that volume. Oh,
Yeah.
there's a drop.
I began the volume a little earlier since there's so much in play here. Look at that. Yeah. So Hims is not waiting for the volume this time around. It typically doesn't normally happen for nicey tickers, but this one seems to be heavily in play this morning. How's Bat L? Look at Bat L take a nice dive here.
Whoa, yeah, that really
That
dropped.
down
ONDS is also
23.
down. Hmm.
Uh,
Not
uh,
not
not
great
so
movement
much.
here on Hims. NVIDIA popping higher. Tesla also popping a little higher. God, sometimes you just should just stick with the regulars, eh? My goodness, look at that.
Yeah, Nvidia and Tesla on the go. PLTR. PLTR. Oxy. Man, Nvidia and Tesla both doing pretty well right now. AIM's giving some back this morning.
Yep.
All right. PLTR. Yeah, PLTR is setting up like it wants to take off here. I mean, you're seeing a nice setup on the 1 minute above the previous day close, so it does look like it wants to maybe do a
Yeah,
kind
it
of bull
does. And
flag.
NVIDIA is holding onto the green here. There it goes. It just got over 178. Let's see where it can go here. I'm not in it. I'm just watching. But oh, Hims is dropping.
Yeah, him's taking a bit of a hit here. They were at 50% now down to 36, so they're really
Yeah.
getting a lot back here. I mean, you woke up this
Yeah.
morning. You woke up this morning 50% up. You're gonna, hey, I'm hitting that sell button. Not all of it, but on some.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So, see here what Hims does. If it really wants to be strong, we'll see it come back up here above the VWAP. If it really wants to uh, show that's gonna sustain some of that, at least for this trading session. Tesla looking good here, guys. Possible breakout.
Oh yeah, Tesla. Not enough for me. The SPY's moving lower though, Carlos. So
Yeah, I see that,
may
man. Not
not be
ideal.
conducive to a move higher. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
As a SPY gonna shoot up from here, right? Seeing a little recovery above now. We got 1 more minute left for the 5 minute breakout, but I don't know if Tesla's gonna wait for that. Tesla's like it wants to go. Let's see what our atlas looks like on Tesla here, friends. Let's take a look. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. Appreciate your support. Okay.
All right, still watching here. NVIDIA did drop back red for the moment, anyways.
Forgot to open up my Atlas. All right, I got it up now.
Oh no, you forgot. I haven't looked in the
Yeah,
atlas
I
here
was
this morning. Okay.
yeah, I forgot to open it up. For Tesla, it
Hmm.
looks more bearish though. That's not that's not enticing. It's not like I want as much indicators going in my direction, so
Yeah.
that's not helping. I do see the SPY
In
moving higher.
in NVIDIA looked better, right? Because it had more
Yeah,
growth on
much
the
better.
top side there. But yeah, it's
Yeah, Nvidia does look way better.
I still don't see anything that I just like yet. No trades for me so far. Still watching things. Obviously, we're only 5 minutes in. Might feel like 30. It's only been 5 minutes.
What about Oxy? Oxy could be a good 5 minute ORB above the VWAP. I
Really?
like the 5 minute candles. Not the cleanest, but this could be interesting if the SPY is gonna shoot lower. What's our stop? Yeah, let me try it.
Really?
Let's try it. Yeah, I'm going long
Let's
Oxy.
see.
Stop is
Oxy?
54, 54.38. Let's get below this wick here. Let's see. It looks. I like the 5 minute on it. It looks pretty nice. To get a 55 will be awesome if we could do that. But let's see.
Oh,
55 is
okay.
in the room for it. There's a 5 minute ORB combined with it being above the VWAP, so I did like that setup. Let's see if we have the juice to get up there. Doesn't move a lot, dollar wise. Let's see. Can it get to 55? This thing looks like it's gonna give us a hard time getting there. Let's look at the daily. Next level is the high of the day.
Hi.
The high of Friday.
You're getting a little
Yeah,
pop
here it
here,
is.
Carlos.
Oh, now we're getting something. Yeah. Let's see
Yeah.
if we could break here. High of the. I forgot to mark the high of the pre-market on this thing. Did I? Oh no, it's pretty much the high from Friday as
Oh,
well.
oh, it
Yeah, it's
bounced
not
off of that
holding.
hard.
Yeah. Let's see if it can hold here. Um, but yeah, the next level is the. I'm watching the daily. This is the next level I got here. It's the high of yesterday, pretty much around that area. But I will take a partial at 55. Because again, not sure how this is going to trade. This is
Oh
what?
my
This is
goodness, look at NVIDIA sell
55.18.
off. NVIDIA hit the went high of day and wow, it retraced everything. That's interesting. Wow. The market's pushing lower. Tesla also just dropped like a stone.
All right, we'll take it here.
Yikes.
50, right under 55.
Okay, you got the move, Carlos. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm impressed.
Let's see if I'm back to my 5 minute RB trades. They're hard to
I'm
find.
back,
I'm telling
baby.
you, they're hard to find during this market condition. You just don't get the continuation. Like they're so difficult. We're having a lot more luck with the VWAP breakout. That's for sure.
Mm,
So let's see here.
yeah. NVIDIA on this 5 minute engulfing.
Uh,
Yikes.
yeah, it's gonna be an interesting week, man. Going into I was looking. I was checking Copilot to see AI to
Okay.
see what can I call what's happening in the Middle East without leaning left or right. And they have some good advice. They say, you can call it the Iran and Israel escalation or call it the hostilities or the confrontation. But they're basically saying stay away from using war. Stay away from using these type of conflict. Don't use war because they'll be like left or right leaning. And I basically said, well, tell me what to use so I don't offend, highly sensitive situations, I'm pissed off people, and they kind of gave me some ideas. That's pretty good. You know what I was watching too? And this is good for anybody, no matter what side you fall under. Watch news from other countries about this issue. It's such a
Mm.
breath of fresh air, the way they communicate things. It's unbelievable. Just go watch the Dubai news, watch Europe, any other place but here. And it's a breath of fresh air. You're getting just the news. So it was so nice, Peter. I was like, this is awesome.
Carlos
You're
is
like,
now watching
just
international news.
you bet. Just give me the
Okay, well,
news. Like even if you're on the side that I'm in, I don't want you to be so much like, no, don't feed me that. Like even if that's the
well,
side I'm
and
on, don't feed me that. Just give me the news.
that's
It's not too
part of
much
the
to ask.
challenge I found with unfortunately things have become so politically polarized
Oh my
that
God,
even if
it's
you give
annoying.
just facts, people will perceive it as being biased because
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
not the facts as you want them represented or you believe they should be represented. It's very strange. Anyways, it's very strange
yeah,
looking in from the outside from my Canadian seat here, but yeah, it's weird stuff.
yeah, yeah. Come on,
Anyways,
baby. Oxy, let's do
yeah,
this.
Oxy,
Come
it
on.
it pulled back
It's trying.
worryingly there, but let's
Yeah.
see what it can do. Come on.
If it can bounce from here back to 55, that's a good sign. But we need the buyers to come in. Volume is so low now, though. It's like it died down. It started off pretty good, and it's just like we're not getting it.
Yeah,
Here it is.
it's
I'm gonna get
true.
out of
It
it.
did.
Out of break even, friends.
Oh,
We made a
yeah,
little money on it. I don't want to risk losing what we made here. Just get out. I'd rather get out and look for something else.
that's fair.
Because the volume is just not nice on Oxy.
Well,
Um,
at least you got a trade off of it.
yeah,
Hims
yep.
still down from the open. ONDS down from the open. Uh, NVIDIA is sitting at the low of day, I guess, this low area,
Wow.
anyways.
Look at Tesla guys taking the hit here. Man, that
Yeah,
was a
Tesla's
I mean,
down.
I didn't watch the price action, but this could have been a real nice engulfing 5 minute here. Again, I wasn't watching it closely because I was in Oxy, but that looked really nice, guys. If you took that, you guys take short on Tesla. That is nice, nice. That is good stuff. Good stuff. Hims doing a little bit of recovery now from the initial drops. Tesla, what a beautiful short, man. Nvidia too, off the VWAP as well. Um, Quick pop on Oxy. Came back to my break even, so we're out of it. But looks like I might want to hold the VWAP. If the volume would have been better, I would have held to my
Uh,
original stop. But the volume was pretty bad on this thing. I didn't like it. Um, wow, Peter, I'm surprised you're not short Nvidia somehow,
no,
some way.
it, I don't,
I'm surprised you're not
yeah,
short this thing. This is like your
in
play, even
hindsight,
up
it looks
here.
good.
Yeah,
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 I just, it was too early, right? And I didn't think it was going to drop that quickly. And then I
yep,
thought it would bounce on VWAP and it just kept going, right? So,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, in hindsight, it looks awesome, but at the time, I was very uncertain about the weakness of
yeah,
that move, the
yeah.
strength of that move, like how far it would go. So it's always easy. Trading's so easy in hindsight, isn't it? But
Oh no, oh, absolutely. Nvidia. Wow, I can't tell you where the market is going this morning. Last couple of
yeah,
times we've been getting the drop and then like a recovery. We saw that a couple of times last week. Here's a spy, right? So we gap down. Look at it. Look at it. All these 4 days here. We gap down and push higher, except this one. But all of them we gap down and push higher. Indecision on Friday. No, sorry. This was
oh.
Friday. And now we're losing some ground.
So
So
Nvidia's changed character too. Like it was looking bullish right at the open. Now it's looking decidedly bearish on Atlas and the orders.
yeah.
So It's 175 looks very much in play. We'll see if
Yeah,
it can
yeah,
get
yeah.
down there.
Let's see what our
I'd like
scanners
a
are giving
pullback to
us.
VWAP might be a good chance for a short, but I'm not going
Mm-hmm.
to risk it at this point. Chase it here at the lows.
Yeah, yep, yep, yep. Yeah, nothing for us right now, friends. All right, so HIM's at the VWAP, so we'll keep an eye on that. That's moving up. United Airlines, NCLH hitting the scanners here. Let's see what that looks like. United Airlines. Yeah, United Airlines taking a hit here, down 6% now. Wasn't on our gappers list this morning. Didn't get a lot of
No,
volume.
you mentioned the
Yeah,
airlines. You brought them
yeah.
up, but I sort of I poo-pooed it. But yeah, it's dropping
I,
pretty steady
I'll
here.
This is my favorite trade here. Again, not financial advice. The minute American Airlines goes under $9 on that 950, I'm swinging it long. I buy, and it's long term. Like I'm buying to hold to whenever it comes back to like 15. I've done that a couple of times and it has paid out really nice. So we're getting there, friends. On that
Yeah.
$9,
Uh,
950, I'm just buying and holding long term
all right.
stuff. You know, so careful, careful, careful. But that is one of my favorite long term swings, and we're getting there. We're getting there. So we'll be looking for that. Um, yeah, American Airlines is it's a great move. So I'm glad you're doing that as well. I love that trade. And you just sit on it and just let it ride. It could last time one time it took almost 6 months, right? So it was just leave it there, and I added a couple of times, and you know just let it do its thing. Hims, nice rejection of the VWAP, so it couldn't break through. Not saying that it's not going to later, but right now at least, nice failure on the way down. And this is a lot of volume that we're pushing through here. If you look at it, this is 1.2 million on these candles that we're pushing every minute here on him. So volume is there. It is rocking. What did my Oxy end up doing? Okay, so it dipped below, and then just look at it shoot up now on Oxy. VRT hitting the scanners. If you guys are wondering what scanners I'm looking at, I am looking at tradingterminal.com. So we got scanners available for you. These are my pre-market template. So I can see the stocks, I can see everything that's going on there. And then I switch over to my live template, which is this one. And I look usually at these two, turbo breakup, turbo breakdown, really good. And you got some other ones on here that are available to you. This is
Yeah.
part of your Trading Terminal membership as well. So take a look at that. So VRT hitting the scanners, and you're seeing the breakout here. I don't have a play for myself on this, so nothing to trade at the moment. Google just sideways right now. Just sideways at the moment. So it. Yeah, go ahead, Peter.
No, I just it's interesting. This market is doesn't seem to quite know what to do. Like we said, it could be choppy. Like
Oh,
we're not getting
damn you.
continuation on anything, and it's chopping before it gets there. Like Oxy, I don't know if you're still
Yeah,
looking at that.
I'm
There
looking
you
at
are.
that piece
Yeah,
of
there you
garbage.
go. You got it right on the screen. Yeah, like it
Wow.
really did. Like, but look at how it chopped in that range,
Yeah,
Carlos. It basically went from your entry to your partial and back again like twice
yeah,
before it now it's
yeah.
higher, but it really wasn't that certain
No, yeah,
as
and the
to.
volume too, right? Like we talked about the volume. The volume completely dropped on it. So we're getting some of that chopping. The
Mhm.
spread got a little nasty too. Like when we got in, the spread wasn't great, and when we got out, it was worse actually. When the spread filled us right at the bottom, but yeah, this is the hard part. Peter, you're talking about the choppiness that we get during these type of market. What's the word I'm looking for? Not indecision, but um, confusion. No, it's a better word that we're looking for. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of indecision, choppiness, like it doesn't know where to go. It's a better
Yeah.
word I can think of it
Yeah.
right now. But this is what we get. And for us traders, breakout traders, you mentioned
Indecision,
it earlier,
uncertainty.
indecision, uncertainty. That's the one.
Yeah.
It sucks. It really sucks because we
Okay.
just don't get that continuation. Yeah. So sucks. That's the other word I'm
Okay.
looking for. Sucks.
Sucks. Yeah.
But we love this market. We love the market. When it's good, when it's bad, it's still good.
Uh, See,
Uh, so
look at Oxy come right back now.
yeah,
Look at
yeah.
that.
Just look at that.
That's not good stuff.
Yeah. And this is why you don't chase. Like the old me, I would have
Yeah.
been long here feeling some FOMO saying, all right, we're going to the moon. And then boom, now you're taking another hit
Yeah.
and giving back your
There you go.
profits. So don't do that. Don't do that. Trade with a plan. I've done that so many times here. All right, let's see. Tesla right to level of
I
385.17.
don't I don't know where anything's going.
Uh, NVIDIA sideways right now. Actually, even with this move, it's just, yeah, it would have been nice to get 55.15, but it's trading really bad, actually. That's that's no coordination. American Airlines, friends, continues to drop.
Carlos is watching eagerly, looking
I
for his buy point.
I I gotta get on a Thinkorswim and set that up. So I swing trade with Thinkorswim, not this account. Yeah, I gotta set that bad boy up. Um, Google is just choppy, guys. Holding
Oh,
above the view app. If the market turns around, maybe like if the market picks a direction, maybe Google can move here, but I don't see that happening right now. So looking at the scanners, Macy's. What is Macy's up to? This
another
thing's still
call.
alive?
Still alive, barely. Yeah.
Ush. Mm. Macy's. All right.
Ugh.
Wow, United Airlines keeps dropping, guys. Here, keeps dropping.
I'm beginning to wonder. I keep getting these calls, Carlos, like all the time, where it just says, "Thank you for connecting with us. We'll be with you shortly." And I'm like, I don't understand. How do you run a scam where you clearly have a computer telling me, "Hang on. Why would I hang on? You called me. What do you mean,
Mm.
thank you for connecting with us? I didn't connect with you. You called me." But I
Mm-hmm.
get this
Mm-hmm.
the same call like almost every day, or
Yeah.
at least a couple of times a week. And I'm beginning to wonder, like, what are they actually trying to reach me? Maybe there's something, maybe it's just like a really bad, I don't know, really bad call package. Anyways, one of these
Yeah.
days I'll have to just let it go and see when they connect with me what happens.
Yeah. Or Google the number. If you Google the number, sometimes I'll tell you if it's a scam.
Mm,
Um,
mm. I've
what
never tried.
guys, Coin. Yes. Coin did a nice view app breakdown. It has you got like maybe not even 1 hour maybe here yet. But it hasn't really ran. I wonder if you
Coin?
guys took that.
Yeah,
So Coin got the
a little
pullback.
bit
Here's
of a
a
breakdown.
yeah. You would entry signal right around here. You got one drop, and we'll see. We'll see if it can hold. So this would have been a good partial there at one
Tesla,
R.
Tesla probably made the best downward move of the day. ONDS actually moved down quite a bit, Carlos, which is not the direction I thought it would go at the open. So
Oh
that's
wow! Remind me what they do again, Peter. They
they're the
drones. Is it drones?
yeah,
Yeah.
drones, yeah.
Yep.
But they had news this morning, that merger with Mistral, if you remember, they had, so that merger news was good
Yeah.
news for them.
Yep.
And they were up quite significantly, or they were up fairly well this morning, and
Mm-hmm.
they gave it all back, and now they're red.
Yeah.
So
Amazon dropping as well.
I don't know what to make of this market. It's choppy like we
Yeah.
suggested it would be, right? Which is
Yeah.
unfortunate. Um, like I was thinking NVIDIA short, but now look at it. It's just sort of holding sideways. Remember
Yeah.
I did say if it came back and retested the VWAP, then there might be a good short. But what it's done is it's come up very slowly, and the
Yeah.
VWAP has actually come down to meet the price. So it didn't actually go as high as I was expecting. As you can see, that VWAP is dropping. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't, this is not a good pattern for a short anymore. Despite the
Yeah.
fact that, well, actually, let me recheck the level two here, the Atlas. Yeah, see, the level two is still showing a lot more orders to the downside. So it looks weak, but I don't know. I mean, the market is down. Yeah, it's uncertain, I guess, which is unfortunate. But if you're willing to take a very short term, risk or a tight stop, there's a potential short here, but I'm not going to risk it.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay, you did say good morning here. All right, good. Oh, let's go put somebody on the spot, but they said good morning like a few days
TPET.
ago. That's good.
Can we look at the market atlas for TTD?
The
Actually,
trade
sure.
desk.
Yeah. What does
Let's
TTD
see.
show?
Let's see what it looks
Not a
like.
lot. Not a lot of orders on TTD. It's pretty balanced, actually. I'm looking at it here. There's orders all the way up
Uh,
from the current price at 28.50. There's orders all the way up to 40 and orders all the way down to 15. So that really doesn't tell you much. Yeah, I don't see any
look at it.
differentiation in.
Look at Nvidia right now.
Yeah,
What is
see, look
going
at that.
on?
Nvidia looked like it was dropping and then bam, reversed it. So glad I didn't try and chase a short on this.
Short on Hims. Yeah, I normally don't play this rejection, but yeah, look, it rejected the VWAP. Um, I
Yeah.
normally don't. That's not a trade though, but yeah, clearly a nice rejection here. Maybe back to low of the day.
Mm.
Tesla continues lower, but then Nvidia here. Can this hold, or we just kind of like
Wow.
trying
I
to
mean, the
fake people
only
out
thing,
here?
I mean, the only two things that I see moving with a strong direction are both Tesla and ONDS, and both are moving down. But
Yeah,
everything else, I mean, just look at Google or AMD or Nvidia that we've been talking about.
sideways.
Uh, all yeah, sort of side. Even Apple. Apple looked like it was going to do something interesting, and now I mean, it's sort of moving higher, but not very,
Yep.
not very aggressively. Yeah, it's tough, guys. Don't force trades here. If you think you've got a line on something, by all means, but I would say don't force it. It's not a great looking morning, in my opinion. If you're short
Yeah, it's
Tesla, you might be
if you're
liking it, but
short Tesla or Nvidia from the previous day close, you did very well today. But other than that, it's
mm,
not a lot of options out
mm.
there.
Like
Oxy doesn't know what
the
to do.
5 minute,
Which one?
looking back, that 5 minute engulfing candle, right, that Andrew would normally trade on Tesla looks wonderful.
Oh
But
yeah,
I'll
beautiful.
admit, I didn't quite catch that, right? That's, it's
Yeah.
easy in hindsight, like we said. But
Yeah, well, you know why? Like the 5 minute looks great, but then here, where you are probably gonna make your decision on the 1 minute, it comes out of
eh,
nowhere. Like there's not a quick reaction you could take with this candle here, right?
right.
So,
Well, no, you'd have to take
uh,
it after it broke if you go to a 5 minute, sorry. Once it hit the breakdown, you could have gone short. And again, in hindsight, it looks easy, but you'd have to have been pretty fast on that. You can see
yeah.
once it hit that breakdown, you just get in but you didn't know that at the time. Look at Rick Parenteau, Carlos. He's got a special request for well, he just says it's a flaming garbage truck. I think we should give him one. Let's
Yeah,
give him one.
let's give him the flaming garbage truck. I was looking in chat. The chat is a little interesting this morning. Here it is. Flaming garbage truck for you. Let me make sure the sound is up. There it goes.
There
Flaming
it is.
garbage truck
Yeah,
for you, my
yeah.
friends. For the request. Put the
There we
truck out
go.
here also.
Thank you.
Um, yeah. Chat is getting it. Look at the handcuffs in chat. Got handcuffs for
Yeah.
to stop trading. The selection of
Yeah.
handcuffs to stop trading is very interesting, though. This third, very very interesting. I never seen anybody in the,
what
never
handcuffs
seen
people
anybody
choose?
in New York get arrested with those. But yeah, very interesting
Yeah.
choice.
Well, you're not going
uh,
to the strip clubs at night. Aren't
I'm
those the
not. I'm
ones
not
that
going to
used
the
to
right
take you to the back
places.
room?
I'm not going to the right
Yeah,
places, I
apparently
guess.
not.
Yeah.
Gotta hang out with the Wall Street bros.
Based on our previous conversation, I'm only hanging out at the hospital, so they're not using handcuffs. They're
Yeah,
using
that's
other
right.
equipment.
That's right. Yeah. The
Oh
nurse
boy.
uniform expert, Carlos is.
Yes. Yes. All right, friends. Let's
All
see.
right.
Um, Tesla dropping here could be the end. Maybe start to reverse. Uh, NVIDIA. NVIDIA. Might want to go the other way. Let's see if we can hold it here. Trying. For Tesla 5 minute
Yeah, it does.
engulfing, same time breakdown and shorted. Then the price came back up fast. What do I do in this? What to do in this time? So let me read that again. I could have been my fault. For the 5 minute Tesla engulfing, same time breakdown and shorted. Then the price back up. So I think you're saying that you short and it came back up? No, I'm not understanding the question. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Peter, you try reading it. But Mo, not understand what you're asking for on the 5 minute ORB. So maybe rephrase if you typed it quick. Anybody else watching SanDisk? SanDisk is this is normal for SanDisk the way it's moving now. It's a difficult trade though, so you gotta just be careful with it. It's a difficult stock to trade. Went long Nvidia at the pullback. Sweet man. So if you went long Nvidia at the pullback, you got a good entry. It's gonna come down to, can it run? Can it break here? This 175.25. Can it break above that and move higher? Atlas says yes, but you got 177. That's the previous day close, I think, right? 177. That's a little bit higher, but you got orders above the previous day close on Nvidia. Okay, let's see. Anybody else watching? Okay, good morning. Happy Monday, El Patron. I know some people are coming in now and saying, hey, you guys been on for an hour? El Patron is usually in here a little bit earlier. Have I done a webinar on the 5 minute ORB for the Lambos and Garbage Truck members? I have not, but I could do one. If you guys want one, I could do one. Could definitely put one together.
Oh, pop NVIDIA. I think it's going to go green here.
I think it has to. I
It
think it
looks like it.
has to look, man.
It
Atlas
does.
is definitely showing that it can. 178 tons of orders, 179, and the ladder keeps going on Atlas. So that looks good. Yeah, go fly. I'll do one. Where though? Because if I look at the only engulfing that I see on the 5 minute is this one, right? So if you got into this one, the price never comes back up, right? It sells down. So I don't see where the price came up, unless you meant it came up within this candle. Then that's different, right? But your stop, let's say if you got in anywhere in here in the VWAP, my stop would have been, above here. Now for the 5 minute ORB, it's over here. That's gonna be around 390, right? So yeah, 390 right in there. That yeah, your stop's got to be above VWAP, and I don't think the price came back up. This candle is too big, I think, for the price to have come back up. So um, unless it's a different area you're looking at. Mm-mm. Okay, Mo. So you're
Well, look
asking
at
in
that.
other situations, yeah.
It did it.
Yeah,
NVIDIA went
Nvidia
green,
green,
Carlos.
very nice.
Yeah.
Andrew's looking to get filled at 178. So there it is. Andrew's gonna get filled. Ding, 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 ding. There he is. Andrew filled 178. And the reason he did that, I'll tell you this right now. This is where Atlas is huge, right? Because what would we done in the past? We would have got filled at the previous day close. I would have taken a, and I'm sure Andrew would have taken a partial at
Right.
the previous day close. But because he saw Atlas here at 78, he put his order at 78. And look at
Yeah.
that. It goes to 78 and it comes back down. I mean, it is just perfect. We would have done it at the previous day close without Atlas, 100%. So he gained what? Another 20 cents there? Yeah, about 25 cents more just because he had Atlas. That's awesome. That is, and that's the way I find myself using Atlas too a lot more. It's like, okay, where can I put my partial? Where can I wait for? And look at that. I mean, it's just to the T. It's awesome. That's pretty cool. Um, so yeah, Mo, now I got you. Now you're saying in the other situations, not specifically this one. No, that's tough, man. Because one of the hardest thing with Tesla is how much it moves at the market open. It's very aggressive. So when you're looking for that 5 minute ORB, especially in the last couple of weeks, given this market condition where things are just not giving you great continuation, it is a tough thing. So it's very difficult for us to tell you, oh, you should do this, you should do that, because you could be doing everything right the way you're doing it right now, and it's just the market's not giving you the opportunity for it to run, right? And then when the market gets better, or in other stocks, if that strategy works better in other stocks, I wouldn't just trade Tesla for now. If that strategy is working in other tickers, because Tesla, NVDA, what other companies? I'm trying to think of some other ones. They are so volatile at that open, and that's why they're difficult to trade because they're usually doing all of this up and down, up and down. It's very difficult to trade at the market open, and sometimes you got to be quick, stop out, and if your setup comes back, you get back in. So you got to have that mentality. You see Andrew do that, right? He'll get in, doesn't work it out, and then get back in quickly when it works again. Keep your
Oh my
risk
God,
very
look at the
small.
drop though.
So yeah, no, it's just doesn't make any sense here. Well, no, it makes sense. The spy is the one
Yeah.
that's doing it. What do you expect from oil prices moving forward? It all depends how long this takes. I mean, the fact that I think Iran put the son of the person that got killed. It's not a good sign. That's not a good sign for how I always like to put myself in people's point of view. You just killed my dad. Yeah, I'm pissed. You know, so yeah, like put yourself in his shoes, right? Like try to avoid just all the bias and just kind of like put some Google glasses on and you're him. Yeah, this is not good. you know, so you kill my dad, yeah, we're gonna have some problems. so, you know, yeah. So I think oil prices are going to be uncertain until something happens. Now, this thing can go on forever. I think eventually it will die down, and hopefully, it's just the quickest and most peaceful way out of this will be ideal for everyone. Especially at the end of the day, the most important thing, which is human lives. No matter what side you are, it doesn't matter. Human lives. You can't be killing people, man. That's the most precious things we have is life, and you can't be taking that away from people. So hopefully this thing gets settled quickly, and we can move on with life and start loving each other again. That's what we need. Man, look at Oxy. High of the day. There's no way for me to hold on to this, so I feel no FOMO whatsoever. But this would have been a very nice way to start the week. Very nice way to start the week. Where do you get Market Atlas? My friend, go to tradingterminal.com. It costs the cost of it is $99 a month, but it gives you everything: Atlas, scanners, the replay simulator, educational videos. I mean, there's tons of stuff on there. My recommendation is try it out. Sign up, try it out for a month, right? Get everything for a
Wow.
month. Try it for a month. See if you like it. If
Wow.
you don't like it, cancel after a month. But give it a shot. I think you're gonna love it. I think you'll be able to replace a lot of other tools into one. I had a great webinar last week talking about this. You know how Market Atlas kind of puts everything together into one package. Um, and the great thing about it is, eventually you're going to add more to that, and journaling too. You're going to add more to that, and I think you're going to get a good value if you get in now because you get grandfathered in. Whatever price it is, you get grandfathered in. So if Andrew adds something crazy next year, I don't know, you're grandfathered in. So if you like it, stick with it. PLTR VWAP guys. So now we're starting to see some movement, Peter. PLTR VWAP. Oxy doing what it's doing. NVIDIA, what a rejection. Did not expect that after it going green. What a rejection.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting here? I'm looking at NVIDIA. I'm looking at the market, the SPY, and the Qs.
Mm-hmm.
That pattern that just happened is
Yep.
identical, right? Like they're all, so they're not moving independently. They're all
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
together. So
Let's see here.
hmm.
Tesla. Where's Tesla? Yeah, it's just dropping, man. Just continuing the weakness. Let's see here. Yeah, I gotta know what you're talking about. I don't understand. My comment's not going against that, but I don't understand what you're saying. Carlos PLTR. Yeah, but it's failing. I'm seeing PLTRs a couple hitting the VWAP, but they're failing right now. So I'm not joining in anything. So we gotta see. We gotta wait. Nvidia did break the VWAP here. Let's see if we could pull back. Uh, oil prices come down, so they want to work so shifting green energy. I don't know, man. We will never know the 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 truth of all of it behind everything. I think that's never gonna be the case. But we have what we have in front of us. This is what we have, right? Oil prices are high. It's costing a lot of stuff to gap down, like the airlines and stuff like that, travel sector. So it all just depends, right? So, but but yeah, it's who knows, man. Who knows? Here it is, Nvidia. I trade to 11:30, 11:30 is usually what I trade to. I don't trade past that. So 11 usually we're done by 11. Most times 100%. 10:30 we're pretty much done. At least for me. Peter, on the other hand, Peter trades all day, so he's looking for opportunities the entire day. But me by 10:30, I'm already not actively looking for trades. Shar Shot. No, that is our website. So here's Andrew and Brian. So if you want to see these guys trade live every morning, gotta head over to bearwithtraders.com, right? So bearwithtraders.com gets you in here and you can see them trading live every morning and you get access to all our educational material. But that's Bear with Traders. Trading Terminal is a whole different it's trading terminals are our tools for trading. So that's much different. This one right here, the blue line, is the VWAP. American markets will never crash. I don't know about that, man. You never know. But I do have to say though, we've been through a lot of crap, and this market has been very surprisingly resilient. I got to say that. I mean, it has been through a lot of stuff. So what was the last crash you went through? It was 2008, right? The financial crisis. Was there anyone after that? I think that was it. I think that was the last one. And I didn't feel it at all. I mean, I didn't even know it was happening. So I was not in the markets like I am now. It was just not even, not a care in the world. Was COVID a crash? I guess it was. The recovery was so fast. I mean, it was just like
This is
it was a buy the dip. I mean,
yeah.
it was
Okay.
buy the dip, man. It was just, it was incredible how fast that thing took shape there. So
Wow. This is interesting morning. Tesla's so weak compared to the market.
uh, no, tariff was not a, that was not a, no, that's not one for sure. That was 2 seconds. I guess it depends the time frame, but the tariff was 2 seconds. That was no. Was it here, right? Was it last year April? Was it in this area?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was 2 seconds, man. Look at this. That's it, done. That's that didn't bother nobody. At least the well, let me say that. I don't know who it bothered, but it didn't bother the market, right? The market kept going. No audio from Brian in the room. I think he got it now. Yes, I agree, Candy. You can't panic. All right, friends, TTD. You guys mentioned this earlier. I forgot to look it up. Let's see what we got here. TTD down 3%. Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah, volume is very light too. At least on the daily, on the intraday here, I don't see anything great on it. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Tesla trying to bounce back. NVIDIA, what did it end up doing? Came below the VWAP, back above it again. Oxy, nothing. PLTR, nothing. This is kind of what we'd expected, right? There were some good moves though. Like American Airlines did drop, Tesla did drop. So there were some initial moves, but now everything is just sideways. It's just sideways. Oxy. Yep, not seeing anything I love, friends. So funny, man. I was watching a as we wait for something to happen here. I was watching Thunder Road. It's a 1954 movie. And I want to watch something old over the weekend. And man, the
Okay.
guy there he was referencing the good times of his like grandfather. I'm like, does every generation do that? Oh, the good old times. So 1954, in
Oh, everybody.
1954,
Yep.
this guy's referencing all the good old times. I'm like, did we just
Yeah.
like what is? Oh
E-
man, it was so funny to hear that.
Everybody waxes poetic about the good
Wow.
old days, right? We all think the good old days. So yes, everybody believes that it was so much better way back when.
Oh my goodness. So let's think about the future now. So let's think about the future. If we go
Yeah.
with that theory, the good days are right now. So let's enjoy this damn thing while we got it,
Mm-hmm.
because the good days are right now. Oh man, but it was Yeah, 1954, black and white. The songs were different.
Yeah.
Everything was much slower pace.
What do you?
It's
I
a
mean,
good movie.
think about it, Carlos. What were what were the good old days for you? It's always
It's always back. Yeah,
almost everybody. They did this study a couple of years ago. I'll have to generalize it because I don't remember the specifics, but they basically said most people think the best times are generally when they're somewhere between 17 and 25. So if
absolutely.
you take the average person, like their musical tastes almost stop evolving when they're 18 or 19, that's like the music you pretty much listen to for the rest of your life for most people, or something similar. You might listen to new music, but it'll be similar to whatever you listened to when you were that age. So, and I mean, obviously that's a broad generalization, but it was something like that. And I thought that's interesting because, yeah, most people I know, they're like the good old days were, whenever you had the best time of your life, and it might have been the end of high school, right? If you had a good time in
Yeah,
high school, if you had a terrible time in high school, it might be when you were, sort of a young adult and you had freedom and you were free of all that. But it's usually sometime in that before you had big responsibility and, and it's human nature. So.
yeah,
It's
agreed.
all perception. So, anyways, I find it fascinating that all that stuff. It's funny you talk about that. So, totally unrelated here. By the way, I'm watching Nvidia come back up to the previous day close. This thing is, boy, if you're a range trader, you can maybe start to get a feel for this. We'll see where it goes here, but it's right back up. See if we can get to 178 again. Um,
Yeah,
anyways, I was watching a show on Apple called Pluribus. I'm not sure if you heard about this,
my
but
wife likes that show.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's weird, but it's a great show if you want to talk big philosophical concepts. And I was trying to talk about my wife. She's not big on talking about large philosophical outview, worldviews. And anyway, so I've got to get some friends to watch it so we can have a good discussion about it because I like the concept. It's an interesting perspective because the main character, of course, is completely against this unification of the human race that was caused by this whatever this virus gene. They sort of amorphously describe it purposefully, but that's made everybody sort of a single consciousness in the world except for these 11 individuals who are immune for whatever reason. But it's an interesting concept. Is it worth losing your sense of self and individualism for all the benefits that have come or apparently have come with it, at least the way the show is presenting it, right? There's no more war, there's no more strife. I mean, if you have one human race working together, think of all you could streamline so many systems and approaches and resource utilization and anyways, it's sort of it's conceptually fascinating. I have to
hmm.
admit, I would not want to be part of that singular consciousness. It doesn't feel I don't think I would want to if I had the choice, but
Sounds boring a little bit.
I understand the benefits. Anyways,
Yeah,
it's a
great benefits,
fascinating
but yeah,
fascinating conversation. In any event. All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's a The Pit. Yeah, my wife loves The Pit. I like The Pit too. It is actually a very, very good show. Doesn't I think everybody who's ever watched it, everybody wants Noel Wiley to be their doctor, just because he's played doctors for decades now. This is not his first run
First
as a
rodeo.
doctor in the first rodeo because he's played a
Yeah,
doctor. I can't remember was he whatever ER or it was one of those old shows anyways. But yeah,
yeah.
he's like everybody wants him as his doctor even if he's not a real doctor. It was an ER. He was on ER. Okay. In any event, guys, NVIDIA did manage to hit 178. It's sitting here at 178, and let's see what it can do now. This is high of day
Yeah, back up.
right now. Let's see if it can go
Beautiful.
higher. Just set a new high of day. Okay. Maybe this is it. Maybe it's going to break out of this range and go higher right now. We'll find out together.
Yep.
I
Keep
haven't found a trade yet.
yeah. I keep watching
Like Tesla
hymns.
in hindsight looks great, but yeah, I am watching hymns.
I keep
It's
watching it to see if it breaks, but every time it gets here, it fails. Here again,
yeah, it's
failing.
bouncing
And
off the
it's
VWAP,
just
eh? The underside
yeah,
of it.
yep. So
It's
nothing there.
it's a tough one because I am watching it, but and the spread is
God damn.
okay on it. It makes me nervous that it's a NYSE stock Because NYSE stocks just play differently. Like you can't trust the volume, and I don't like losing that
Yeah.
volume signal. Like, look at the bounces, look at the relative volume each time it's touched it. But bottom line, nothing changed. Like it didn't, the volume didn't really react. It's just this like relatively flat volume across the whole piece, and that always throws me off.
Yeah.
All right,
AVGO.
NVIDIA is new high of day, still pushing a little bit, which is interesting because frankly, the Atlas doesn't really support that. Well, actually, that's not true. It's reversed a little bit. Now there's some orders up at 179 that just got added. So we'll see what it can do.
Um, yep. AVGO. Yeah, this will be a tough one though, right? Because again, nothing the entire 30 minutes here. Then out of nowhere, you start getting the trend to move up. But yeah, it's trading very nice now. Definitely turned on. Something changed here at 10. Is doing very well. Oxy trying, making a new high here. But again, it's how do you trade this here, right? It's so hard, guys, when something goes from like dead to alive. And we're talking about stocks, YouTube. Don't cancel us. It's very difficult. Very, very difficult. So um yeah, I don't know how you would have traded that one. So all right, let's see. What else? What else? What else? I'm waiting for a view at breakout, but nothing seems to be setting up that way right now. Wow, NVIDIA. This is nice. Look at that go. Very, very nice. Amazon. Take a look at Amazon. Actually, yeah. Got the breakout here. It is not the cleanest because you got this messiness here, but then the push up. Yeah. Let's see what it does here. Let's see what it does. I don't love it though for a VR breakout, but it is you still have an opportunity here, depending how the next few candles set up, to take it as a breakout. So we'll see. Oxy. Yeah, I was in Oxy, man. But again, it would have been if not stopped out here. Let's say I would have survived this. Let's say I would wait. Let's see what happens. I sometimes do that. Here I would have definitely stopped out. I would have been out here, so wouldn't have worked. But then here's another one too, where it's just choppy, choppy, choppy. Then boom, out of nowhere you get the volume. Like what strategy? You always got to think about what strategy would I be getting in on here, right? That's what you got to think about. And I personally don't see one. Maybe a high of day breakout. I just don't think that with this volume, many people would take that as a high of day breakout. So I don't know. But you got to look at it like, okay, what would I have taken here? Um, and I don't see it. Maybe here. I don't know. I don't see one. So I don't see a trade there. It's like Nvidia takes the stairs up and then the window down. Every time it pulls back, it seems aggressive every time. Um, Very slow, steady climb and then boom, boom. Let's see if it's gonna hold the previous day close here at 177.82. Hims wants no part of above the VR. Look, wow, what a rejection. Came right back down almost to the low right now on him. So again, if you're a range trader, like if this is good, like this is a pretty good movement, I think. Again, I don't trade that way, but if you do, you got some good potential there. How you guys doing? Over on X, Ben, and on YouTube. How do you guys doing? PLTR is ugly. What is PLTR doing? Yeah, it's yeah, yep. Another one that has hit the V up a couple of times has not been able to break out here, so it's just kind of stuck. Oh, that's funny. Nice candy, three green scalps, very good, excellent. Red, new user, overall good. Waiting for momentum move. Yeah, and it's early. It's only an hour in. Like we'll guess something. Well, I had one trade already, so that might be all we get for today. But let's see. Let's
Might
see.
be all we get for today.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, my alarm. My 10:30 alarm. We're now an hour in. Remember when it was just 5 minutes into the market? Carlos,
yeah.
I don't
I know. I know.
still don't have anything that I would take. I see like potential trades out there. Again, they're so easy in hindsight, but nothing that would have given me a setup that I actively trade.
Yeah.
So
Um, is there anyone in BBT who trades with volume profiles based on the auction theory? Why does that sound like something Thor would do? I think that's something Thor would do. Auction theory. It sounds so Thorish. So he's on here.
sounds Thorish.
It does. I think he does. I think I heard him.
All
I keep him.
profiles
I keep him
based on
listen.
auction theory. Yeah.
It is a Thor thing, right? Okay, yeah. So
He
once we're
yeah,
done,
yeah,
I
because
keep I keep
he
the
does talk
sound.
about he talks
Yeah,
about growing up in the country and his pig auctions.
yeah.
So yeah.
So I keep the stream on. Like after we're done, we hop off. I keep it on. I listen to Thor. Then we go to the
Yeah.
chat. We listen to everybody. So I have it running in the background like a radio. So sometimes I walk in and they'll be talking about something, and I'll be like, oh, So I think I heard Thor say that quite a lot. It looks like I'm right. All right, there it is. So yeah, so Thor will be on at 11. In a couple of minutes here, you can definitely ask him about that auction theory. So much stuff out there. So many ways to trade. Mega uses volume profiles. There you go. Yes, yes, yes. What else, friends? Nvidia did hold above the previous day close, so it did not drop here. So that's a good sign. Hims new low. Oh no, 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 not new low yet. Almost, almost. Still up 34% for today. Like it's still up pretty good. I am so grateful you guys are an amazing company for my lonely room here in south of Chile. Never stop doing it. Thank you, man. We appreciate you. South Chile is pretty interesting country. Like just the entire border, right, all the way down. I think all the way down to the tip, right? That is a very interesting strip there. Are you like down all the way at the south? Like Chile is so big. Like what part of you in Chile are you there? But thank you for the nice words. Really appreciate you. Punta Arenas. Yeah, that's where people go when they want to go to like the South Pole. They land there and they do the excavation. They do flights to the South Pole. Punta Arenas. Yeah, that's where they do that. These these trips, explorations, what they call it. So US sets their clocks. Yes, we set our clocks. Up an hour. Yes, we went up. Yes.
Spring forward, fall back. That's all I have to remember.
Let's see here. Yes, came in and forgot you guys changed clock. Yeah, yep. We are on a little early for some, for many. All right, Oxy continues. They hit 55.85. So very nice. Tesla is stuck, just couldn't really reverse. VUp is catching up to it, but the price action itself is just stuck. PLTR, same thing, just sideways. A lot of sideways action, friends. So yeah. Where do we trade? You're asking for like a broker platform. Platform is Dash to the Pro. Brokers, Interactive Brokers. Peter has Interactive Brokers as well. We're both using DAS.
Yep, that's what I use.
And if you're where do you trade means location. I'm in North Jersey. Peter is in Ottawa, Canada. And if you're asking where, as far as community, we trade for Bearable Traders. We could go like 8 different ways with that question. Where do you guys trade? So we go 8 different ways. So we need to have a few more words and we can give you a better answer. But we trade with Bearable Traders. BearableTraders.com. That is our community. So you can find us there. So yes. I hate time change. I'm so sleepy. My kids they're gonna be dying today when I pick them up. They're gonna be zombies. They definitely did not want to wake up this morning. All right, American Airlines getting a little bit of a push higher here. Let's see if anything else actually looks better. NVIDIA. Is Andrew still in NVIDIA? I know he was long. Let me look at the chat. Oh no, he's not in NVIDIA. He's in PLTR. NVIDIA. Tesla. How's Microsoft? Nobody spoke about Microsoft today, so pretty choppy at the moment. Microsoft. Nothing to see there. We need the street sweepers here, Peter. Streets are so dirty. All the snow is gone. Oh, the streets are so dirty, man. We need the sweeper to come out here and take care of things, man. It's hot. It's like 57 today. Yesterday it went up to like almost 65, and today's going up to like 70. I mean, this is crazy weather. But you know what? It helps you appreciate the change in weather. If it was nice and sunny all the time, I don't think we would love it or appreciate us more when we get it taken away from us and it comes back. So we're going to spring weather, which I love.
I went. We had some warm weather this weekend because we were talking last week and it never came up again because I wanted to show you because I asked you if you still had snow and you're like, yeah, still have a little bit of snow. But
yeah,
I was trying to give you an idea. Like this is me standing in front of the snowbank in front of my house.
When was that? This weekend?
I took that on Friday. So
wow.
and you can see like that, I'm 6'1", so the snowbank
Yeah.
is 6 feet tall, let's call it, in front of my house.
That
And
is crazy.
it's about half that height right now because it's
Yeah.
been warm all weekend and with a little bit of rain, right? It melts it pretty fast. In fact, we had flood warnings. They had this like weird yellow, what do they call it? It's still on. Oh no, it's not on anymore. It was like some sort of like yellow alert, and I'm like, yellow? What's the yellow alert for? But it's because there was so much rain and the ground is still frozen, it won't absorb, which means you get like not flash floods, but you'll get like a lot of flooding, or you could. So anyway, I was like, whoa, that's so weird that we have this weather, and it happens every spring, but it's just been such a long winter, and we haven't had any thaws in between. Normally, you get
Hmm.
thaws in between, reduces the total amount of snow. Here, we're
It's
gonna
been
get
cold.
like it looks like a spring thaw where excuse me,
Yeah.
everything thaws at the same time. So I'm still watching the market here. NVIDIA still hasn't got to 179. I mean, it's trying, but it still hasn't
Yeah.
even gone that far. Andrew's all alone
I
in the
know.
chat room. Andrew, come join us. Can you hear us? Come join us over here. Let's talk together. So Carlos, I've been hanging on to this because we've been live here this morning. I've got
Hmm.
this, and I'm really suspicious. It smells good. It smells very
Peter,
chocolatey.
Peter, where did you get this
What?
from? Did it just appeared out of
Well,
nowhere?
no, my wife came in and gave it to me right before the
Ah,
show started.
okay.
So she made these this morning. It's a chocolate muffin, sort of. She claims that this little muffin has 20 grams of protein. She's big on this protein kick.
Oh, that's gonna taste
Now,
so
see,
rough.
that's what I'm
That's
afraid
gonna
of because
taste
you get these things.
rough.
It smells
Mm.
awesome. It
Yeah,
smells
I'm sure
awesome.
it
But
does.
I've had these before. Usually, the
Oh,
biggest problem is they're so dry. They're
yes.
so dry that you're like, I'm eating 20 grams of protein, but at what cost?
At
Like
what
it's
cost? I'd rather have a shake. I'd rather have
yeah,
a shake. I had those
yeah,
before, and oh my goodness,
yeah.
it's like
So, but
painful.
I don't know. It could be delicious. I've been waiting, and it's maybe I shouldn't have waited because now I think I got to put it in the microwave for a couple seconds because it's starting to get a little hard there. So,
Yeah,
anyways,
cement.
well, as soon as the show's over, I'll be
Uh,
trying that out. So I guess I'll let you know tomorrow.
Let us know how you
What do you
make
guys
out with
think?
that.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. Nvidia
Taste
slamming
test.
into 79.
Riri wants me to taste
79.
test it in front of you. All right,
Yeah,
I'll
it's a
put it
good.
in the microwave for like 5
Yeah,
seconds, and I'll be right
yeah.
back.
Go do it. Go do it. Set it up. All right, friends. Here it is. Nvidia getting 79. Um, let's see if it can continue here. Some good high of day breakout trades. Previous day close breakout in Nvidia. So you have both of those happen there. I don't see anything else. I don't see any other way I could have traded this. Man, look at Oxy. This would have been all me here, friends. Oh man. This would have been just beautiful. Ah, there it is. Andrew's asking you
What
guys,
are you looking
how are
at?
you?
Oxy? Oh yeah,
Ah, yeah.
yeah, your
Our
Oxy
good buddy
chain.
Andrew's asking how you
Yeah.
guys doing in chat. So let him know how you guys doing today.
How are you doing?
Yeah.
All right, let's heat it. It's warmed up.
It's warmed
We're
up.
gonna
See how
we're
Peter
gonna give this
does
a
here.
shot. Smells good. It does
Good
smell really
luck.
good.
Good luck.
Yeah. It is dry, but it's
Yeah,
not
as you
desperately dry.
as you would expect. I mean, it's a
Hmm.
protein, you know?
That's not bad. It tastes very chocolatey.
Okay. Okay. Good.
That's not bad. All right, I'll
All
give her
right.
that.
That's maybe
That's pretty
we
good.
set the expectation, you know, too bad, too dry, and it came in just right.
Mm.
That works too.
You do need
Good.
some liquid with it, though. That's for sure.
Oh, I'm sure. Get the gallons of water ready.
Mm-hmm.
It is Ramadan, right? So if you're observing, you don't eat until the evening when the sun sets, right? I had a great friend of mine
Well,
who used to be used to observe Ramadan, and not used to be, he's still alive, he still does. And yeah, I remember, man, it was rough because he worked 9 to 5, worked in warehousing, and during the heat, I'm like, dude, don't pass out on me, man. This is, this. crazy.
Well,
So be careful.
and you're not supposed to eat sunrise to sunset where?
Yeah.
Where you are?
I think it's
Or
where you are. I think it's locally. No, it's locally
okay.
for sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Because he always did it here in the Northeast during local times. Yeah, he was doing the full fasting. Some people do that. They can drink water, especially like the elderly and the kids. You give them water. But the majority of the healthy people, if you don't have no health issues, you do the full, no water, no food. He was doing that, and he'll lose weight, man. He'll lose weight, like 15 pounds every time he did it. You know, and he was cranky as a mother. when when things will go bad, because we in operations, things are gonna go bad. Oh, he was cranky. I'm like, dude, I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm gonna come
Yeah.
back, and that's not the way you're gonna talk to me. I had to tell him that one time.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Carl." Like, that's
Yeah.
better. Like, yeah.
He's hangry.
He's hangry, baby.
Very hangry.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So it's, that was
All right, we
something.
just got over 179 in NVIDIA by a few cents there. So
Yeah. Yep.
okay.
We did 179.17 is what we hit. So it's just slowly just grinding higher, grinding higher.
Wow, and your Oxy actually really it does
Oh,
look,
it's just
it
yeah.
does look good. A good bounce off of VWAP.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did we stop watching or what happened? How did we miss all that?
No, I've been watching it. I've been watching it. We haven't been talking about it much, but been watching it here, and it's just going and going.
I feel like I think there's an opportunity lost there.
Yeah, man, this
Oh
was
well.
this is a good one.
Well, these things are always easy in hindsight.
Yep.
Apple Apple finally bounced here a little bit as well. High of day. I think Apple's gonna go green. I don't know. This market is just so hard to predict and
Yep.
manage.
Yeah, it truly is. Um,
Look at this. She's in Thailand now, eh? Okay.
Tesla at the VWAP. Oh yes, you see you guys calling it out too. Thank you, Naya. Yes, Tesla at the VWAP. Spies pushing higher. That's good. So let's see if we can get something going here. If I do take a trade, here's gonna be very little shares. Especially on Tesla, I just don't want to turn my green day red, and I'm running out of time. It's already 10:47. So, and this trade doesn't look ideal, especially not right now. Now it looks worse than ideal, given this pullback. So, not inclined to put on risk on here. So let's see. Let's see. It's got to look really clean. Like as the opportunities, as we get more into the area where I don't trade, I got to be even pickier on the trades I take. Like either A++ or reduce the share size so we're risking very little. Wow, NVIDIA. Let's go, friend. Anybody enjoying this NVIDIA situation here, guys, in chat? I mean, you guys in this long? I mean, this is just beautiful. Previous day closeout breakout, and it just took off. And if you somehow managed to take it as a VI breakout here, this would have been a difficult trade. If you somehow manage that, I mean, you're in great shape because it never looks back. Holds on to the 9 and the 20, and it's just been steady as she goes. And the SPY is helping you out. SPY is pushing higher here and going. So, long NVIDIA. NVIDIA's old news, capped out, Google are going to be the winners. Could be. How are they doing? Yeah, they're moving up too. Yep. Microsoft just started to get on it. Amazon. Yep. Could be, Stefan. I was reading. I was hearing a podcast yesterday actually, on some people that believe that AI is like it's a big scam. Not a scam, but like they feel like it's a big bubble, right? It's going to blow up in people's faces. Like that they're saying that's not going to be ready for another 20 years when we start seeing the investment that people are making in, right? So they were trying to compare like the investment people are doing, companies, to the return. It's like it's not worth it,
Yeah.
right? That's what they were kind of comparing it, and they feel very strongly about it. And one of the things they mentioned is like, uh, these companies are going to be in for a rude awakening when they have to end up hiring people back because they're not getting their investments on AI that they thought they were going to get. So very interesting comments. And it has some good points on why. And Peter, one of the points was the one you said about how you ask AI for something and you still need someone to kind of manage it, confirm it, and see it's exactly what you want, right? So you still need that hands-on thing. So their concept was like, you're never going to have AI do all of that itself. There's always going to be somebody there doing that. So if you want to scale it, then you need to have more of those people doing that. So at the end of the day, it's just a tool like I forgot the software they use. It's just a software like Microsoft that it gets better, but you still need somebody to use it, right? So that's kind of like what
Right.
their point was, and got some good points. Um, it's funny. I actually agree with a lot of stuff that they said. I'm like, that's true. That's true. I kept saying that. Oh, that's true. That's true. I'm like, shoot, am I against AI? I don't think I was, but a lot of the points were very valid. So, you know. So we'll see. So about your point about Nvidia and what happens, you know, we'll have to see. Listen, this company knows how to adapt. They went from gaming to focusing on AI and chips and all of that. So good companies will adapt, and if Nvidia is going to be one of these good companies going to last the test of time, they just got to adapt. You know, that's all. Don't be a blockbuster. Don't do that. Gotta adapt.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. Tesla back above the view up again. So here's what we're focusing on, and I want to see if we get a nice little breakout. This I'm gonna consider this the breakout, not these here. These are just kind of just falling on the line basically. So this will be my breakout. Let's see if we get the pullback and then confirmation. And if I do go long, my stop is gonna be 385.10. And we'll see if we get 388.21. All right, so 35.10 to 388.21. Let's see if it pulls back. That's my plan. No, I'm not gonna get in and push the price higher for you, Jose. You're probably in already. Nah, no. I'm gonna wait. I'm kidding, of course. But there are some traders that do get in long here. They'll wait. They don't wait. They'll get in long right here, and that's their plan. And they usually end up having a better entry, better risk to reward. And if it goes, they'll make good money. Um, or not good money. They'll get to their target faster. I like to wait for this setup. I think for me, it helps me not get stuck in situations like this one. Look at HIMS, right? Didn't break out and fail. If you would have got in here, you would have been stopped out. So I prefer trading it that way. So here's the pullback. Oh man. Okay, let's see. The pullback. This candle was interesting. Oh, what's happening? We don't believe in the move. This is a great candle right now in Tesla. Like if we really want to go long, if the buyers show up here, then we'll go long right here. Like if we really believe this is happening, that's what we're going to do. Let's see. Let's see if the buyers show up. 386.20. I'll go long. Stop at 385.17. Less shares than what I would normally take. Man, it's 11 already? What is happening? This day is flying. Okay, yeah, this is not looking good now. We're probably not gonna take this. This is not our strategy. If this failed, this more than failed. This is not good. So I kind of walked you through my process there, what we're looking for. This is what I do for that VWAP breakout. Again, here we're just not going to get it. Now, the person that gets in here, if they're good enough, they can take a partial here, right? So it's not a complete loss for them. They can take a partial here. Now they're out of break even, right? So many different ways to trade. Friends, let's do a funded account giveaway. What do you guys think? How many likes we have? Let's go to YouTube and check. All right, what do we see here? 300 likes. That's not bad for people that are half asleep, like myself. That's not bad. People are tired today with the time change. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. 311 likes. Appreciate your support. If you haven't had the chance to do that, please hit that thumbs up. It helps us out a ton. Oh, Tesla's back up. Tesla's back up. I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, I don't know. It's almost 11,
I don't
Carlos.
know, man.
I know. Like this is in the time.
Doesn't feel like 11.
I know, and I'd be looking for reversals.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like we've moved far enough for a reversal to be valid. I mean, the only thing that's moved far enough is Tesla, and it happened earlier. Look at that bounce on Tesla. Now it's back at VWAP, so that's. I mean, there was nothing I could have taken in that move.
Yeah.
So, ONDS actually ended up having a double bottom low, but that was a little too early in the day. So everything's just off for me today, I find.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about Tesla long here, and I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? If you guys go back, you can see my reaction in the camera. You can see that I'm just like focusing in.
Yeah.
But I'm not touching this. Look, I would have been stopped out straight to my stop, 385.10, straight to it. So you know what? That's my sign.
Yeah.
Let's do the funded account. Let's not mess around. I got a little bit of green in my pockets today. I am running out of here as fast as I can.
Hey,
and
you know
we'll
what?
leave this with Thor.
It's good that you can take it just as a virtual sign, right? Rather than actually having had lost the money. So
absolutely.
Yeah, good.
Absolutely. I was so close to hitting that button there. And look at that, straight to my stop. That would have been a frustrating way to end the trading session today. All right, friends, just a little green this morning. Hashtag funded is set. So make sure you hit that there, hashtag funded. I'm going to do it the same, see if I win today. Hashtag funded. And we will give it to one of our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. Thank you so much for all the support. If you want to know how to join Lambos and Garbage Truck family, you could do so. Just right here, right on YouTube. Click on join for the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, and you get access to many videos, educational stuff, plus giveaway every day for a funded account.
Every day.
This was one of the winners we had. Just one of the winners we had from the funded account. So he won.
There you go. Look at how happy he looks.
He looks very happy. He sent us a video. I gotta edit it though, because this video is kind of long.
Yeah, you said you were going to show us the video today.
Oh yeah, but it's so long.
I started trading like a year ago, and at the first, as many traders did, I put my real money in risk, and I blew my first
a little
account.
bit.
And then I realized that I need to study to improve, and I found the Barrel Traders community and Trading Terminal. And in Trading Terminal, we have a training funded account that with a small investment, you could go through 3 months of simulator with real data, with real environment.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, he has a very nice message there, man. A good job for him. He did it, and so congrats. All right, friends, 130 entries. Let's get this funded account done. Good luck to everyone. Our winner for today is going to be 3, 2, 1. Goes to Bullink Gukuk. Gukuk? Yeah, Bulent Gukuk. I'm sure it sounds much better than that. But congratulations, you are the winner. Email me, carlos@bearwithtraders.com, and we will get you all set up, my friend. So, excellent. All right, Thor's up next, and me and Peter. Peter, you walking away with no trades today.
No, well, not
Like
yet.
you,
Not yet.
well,
But
for
yeah.
the morning session,
Yeah, correct.
So yeah, we'll leave it there. American Airlines, PLTR, Tesla. Tesla's very interesting, just back and forth here on the VWAP and looking to do some stuff. So wait for Thor to hop on in. Once he does that, we'll give it to him, and we'll leave you guys with Thor. Did Thor wake up? Thor could be on the wrong time zone. Yeah, because he usually logs in like 5 minutes. I usually said 5 minutes before. Oh yeah, he's up. I see him. See him here on X sending information. So, all right, we'll give him a minute. All right. Congrats. Email me, carlos@bearwithtraders.com, and we'll get you all set up. So good luck. Thor, how are you, man?
Hey, good, man. How are you doing?
There he is.
Doing all right. Can't complain. Life is good.
Yeah, I hear that. Life is good. It's busy. I got my daughter home today with me, so I'm like running back and forth trying to do stuff. But it's like the amazing thing about being a trader is like when the kiddos end up being home, you're just like, all right, well, I can just take care of that. No big deal.
There you go.
It's a beautiful thing. One of the many great benefits. My friend, we'll leave you to it. Guys over on YouTube and X, have an amazing rest of your day with Thor.
Good to see everybody. I'm getting my YouTube pulled up now so I can say hello to everybody. So be patient with me. I'm in a trade right now. I'm in a long on RTY off of near S4. Not sure if it's gonna be a big winner or not today, but that's okay. You know, we're gonna keep an eye on it, and I'll show that to you in just a second as soon as I'm up and running here. So I liked RTY today specifically because we had bounced off of ATR low and we were in a lower, wider range. Now, because of our opening position, we're not going to do a cam call on this one. It didn't open high enough for us to call the reversal here. But this is certainly because of the wider range and it being above S4 certainly fits fits what I'm looking for. So what's up, Ian, Yosef, El Patron? Good to see you, Michael. Everyone, don't forget, like, subscribe, all that. Also wanted to make a quick announcement before I get into my trades that I wanted to show you this. I am now posting on Instagram and on X at Thor Young and at Thor Young MA. I am now posting every morning. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a live, I'm calling it the Thorcast. As you guys know before, I would post the Thorcast, just some text, but I wasn't able to do that in IG. So now I'm going to start posting that mornings. So every morning, you should expect it around 9 o'clock in the morning, a little before, a little after. I'm going to be posting just my idea on what I think is going to happen based on news and the Camarilla pivot structure. So, just so like today, if you watch it, I actually spoke specifically on there about looking to buy the indexes at S4 if we manage to hold this range. If not, if we oversold, I would look to pick them up around S6, but no shorts today, because of the range we're opening in and the range width. So as you can see so far, that's held quite true with most of our major indexes. So I'm really hoping you will enjoy that. I'm going to try and keep up with it. I actually got myself a nice little like microphone and and you know, just specifically for that purpose so that I can return like super high quality stuff to you all. So let me pull my trade down here and I'll show that to you real quick. Thank you for the new follows. At Thor Young on X and at Thor Young MA on Instagram. Come on, get over here. There we go. So here's the actual trade itself here. I'll put this over here for just a minute so you can see it. So I was watching RTY, and when I was watching it, we had this big sell candle. I saw this candle because of its size and movement distance as being pretty exhaustive. Also on the buying and selling detector, we read that as being exhaustive. So I waited for a while for us to show signs that we were buying again, and we started buying there. But it wasn't quite high enough. But then when we lost it, made lows, and we really didn't bring in the volume and moved back through, I went long when we got through the 50 again, and then I threw my stop below this low right here. So now one of the things I'm using the past couple of days and experimenting with a little bit more is just making sure I'm on the right side of kind of the generalized price. And although it's my trading style has shifted a little bit over the past couple of years in the way that I profit take, I really only take one entry and one exit now. So it's not as necessary for me to be really precise with my entries. I just need to make sure I'm, you know, in a good position price action wise. So I've been trying to find an indicator that I really like, and using the weighted 50 EMA, I think is a solid industry standard. So I'm hanging with that one for now. And so right now that I'm in a position, I'm actually trailing the 50 SMA. Or sorry, the 50 EMA. It's weighted high-low divided by, no, the 50 is this blue one. So if we lose and come all the way back through the 50, I'll go ahead and exit this position and still make probably the better part of $1,000. Now also my positions, so as you guys know, I'm copy trading these positions. So this is in a couple of different ones. Yep, I use limit orders. I actually entered this on a limit order also. And I have a limit order sitting near the CP. That's my target. So probably if it makes the full run, probably be around a $5,000 trade, $6,000 trade. Either way, it probably makes about $1,000. So nice place to be. I don't use any of the value concepts like value high and value low, only because I use cams, and they're all created off the same stuff. He has been. So I haven't actually talked to him this weekend. So I think he had a lot of stuff that he was working on, and things that he's going to be that he's focused on. So but I think he also had a bunch of presentations due. So I would send him a bump. If not, I can I'll also next time I talk to him tell him we got people asking if he's alive or not. My pleasure. How's everybody else doing? How's your weekends? Did you all do well? Nice, Chris. Good stuff. Max wins always a party. I'm in my trade now. It took me a while to get into it. But I really like this trade on RTY. So now I'm just seeing if this can be a trender. MBT is still a short play. I'm also short in MBT. So, and it is still a short play. So I'm hoping it'll win. I love how it's held so let me show you that one too. So I'm also in MBT. This one I entered earlier. So hopefully I'll have at least one of mine will win because we know the RTY one is going to at least make me enough money to cover this and make some pretty good money. So I got short in MBT back here. We have this really nice uptrend on the 4-hour. And when we got up here, I read the volume as being pretty exhaustive and we stuffed here. So I went short and threw my stop above the box here. It's probably, I think this is about a $600 risk, maybe 500, 600 on this one. So and then I'm going to go from R3 to S3, which will be about a 5 or 6 to 1 maybe on that. It's been really interesting because Bitcoin has been moving with the market, which is really unusual. Like it sells when the market sells, which it normally goes the opposite. So, Yosef, yeah, man, lots going on over there for you, huh? Sorry to hear that. Hopefully, blessings to you and hopefully everyone and, close to you that, all your loved ones stay safe. So my profit targets are fairly arbitrary. So so for me, all that's important is how much I'm risking. So like when I got in here, the most I can risk per trade is $1,000. And if I had taken 2 contracts, my grand risk would have been way down here. So I just went with 2 contracts and risked the low of this candle, which was about maybe 500 or $600 instead. Maybe a little more, a little less. Right. So for me at this point, once we get going, it's just about making money. I really don't have an expectation for how much I'm going to make or how little I'm going to make. I just want to make money. So for me, I'm going to start moving and since I'm using the 50 as my trail today, you know what I mean? As long as this stays above the 50, I'm just going to keep holding. But if this comes back and stops me out again, I'll make 900 to $1,000 on this one way or the other. Right. So, and this thing, we'll see what happens. I really I really like this position a lot, but I have really liked multiple, hey, good morning, Chad. I've liked multiple Bitcoin positions I've taken recently and had a few of them not work out. So, but they've all been really lovely setups that really fit, which I don't know if that helps my confidence or hurts my confidence. You know? But it works. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be jealous though. If it works, buddy. I mean, I have profit targets too. It's just S3. They're just really far away. But that one might lose, right? But this one will win. Between the two, I'll still make money. I'm just hoping we can. So I think inherently we're fairly bullish right now. I mean, we dipped all the way down to here, and now we're all the way back at the high of day trying to buy the high of day. If we can buy the high of day from this buying range, I mean, we're going to be locked in for a bit of a rally here. So we're having a little trouble getting our buyers to commit and stopping out some more shorts, but we're so low. The reason I wanted to go long here, look, we're at monthly support 6. Right? So on the monthly levels right now, we're very, very wide. So we're very, very low in the monthly range right now. So I wouldn't be selling at all, even though we're more bearish in the price action because we're so low in the range. Our shorts are going to cover or are more likely to cover, and we are likely to get some institutional bulls to start buying down here. Bracket orders work. I'm using a bracket order right now. Have fun, Ian. So we'll just have to see what we get here. So again, as long as it stays here, I'm not willing to give back any more than here. If it loses here, I'll let it come all the way back down, see if it bounces again, but it'll just be my trade for the day. I only take like 1 or 2 trades, and I've already got the MBT one going, which is not amazing. But it's not bad either. I mean, it's in the right spot. It's just being MBT right now. Yeah, I think MadSec, I think your issue may not be it might not be the I don't know, because I have a similar broker and I haven't had issues with it. Here we go, more ups. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and come up to here. So what I'm doing now is I'm just trailing the 50. So at this point, we're buying the high of day and we're buying the open. We bought the open price and we're buying the high of day. These are very, very significant levels that we really should not lose. So if we lose the open price and then lose the 50, I'm going to be happy with getting out of this. Again, now we're definitely making over $1,000 today. So one of the things I do is I use trailing stops instead of partialing. Like, because imagine if you would at 2R have taken half the position off, right? I would have netted like maybe $500, right? But I would still be holding, like I would still have one contract, and that one contract would only have half the potential, right? So I actually will make more money even if I'm willing to, by the time I cut this position, I'll still make like $1,000, where before I would have, if I had have partialed then cut, I would have maybe made like 750 or something like that. So I know it's really difficult to do, but it's actually a lot easier to do it this way. People are messaging me. Yeah, yeah, double check it because mine lets me, and I'm using a similar broker. All right, people. I mean, we're really moving here. What do y'all think? Thumbs up, good position for you all. Nice trade showing for you. Some good analysis, some good things. So make sure you're liking Thor emojis, Peter emojis, Carlos emojis, all the good stuff. How's my Lambos and garbage trucks people doing? Why don't I lock the price on open? What do you mean? Yeah, I can't complain, right? I don't want to be right on the open because it's possible what can happen here is they can UTAT, or they'll do a spring on it, kind of like how this candle looks here. We'll get a big liquidity dump into the open price. They'll grab a lot of stuff and then start going. So I don't want to get too close. I'm using the 50 as my trail. So the thing that's really difficult is these pullbacks can be difficult to tolerate because you don't like sitting in them. But imagine all the times you've gone short, had it make a little move in your direction, then came and stopped you out. Just think the opposite of that, right? Like it happens all the time. These are just little ebbs and flows. And as long as the volume stays fairly mute and stays on the buy side, I'm happy. But if we get a big sell here that drives us into selling and we lose the 50, I'm going to get out of this one. Has microbit stopped us out yet? No? Still, so you're saying there's a chance? I know it's not even halfway through the day, but I feel like my low limit orders won't fill on NVIDIA and AVGO. So, Nemoy, I do have a question in regards to that. So first of all, we call this a soul tax in the day trading world. Okay, actually, Dr. V and I call it this. It's called a soul tax, right? How much money are you making per hour that it sits there, and is it worth the burden on your soul? You know what I mean? And you can make decisions on that. So, like, let's say it's halfway through the day, you've got two orders, and those orders are really far away, right? And there's really just there's no reasonable expectation that by the end of the day, those are going to fill. You have two decisions. One, range order, right? Go ahead and put a range order on and just, so that you know where to stop out if it comes so much higher, like kind of like what I'm doing right now, right? I have a range order on right now, right? If it goes to the CP, I've got my target. If it goes back through the open and loses the 50, I'm out. Right. So I really don't. And as long as this is moving, it's good. But there's a certain point, like if it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now and it looked like this, I would probably just go ahead and close this position. Right. Because it's like, I don't really think it's going to go all the way to here in the next hour. Or again, leave the bracket on and let the bracket do the work. Yeah, I mean, exactly, Nimoy. Like seriously, like either put a bracket on or just trim the position and say, you know what, it's cool. Like I made enough today. Because the thing that you have to remember, one of the things that's really important as you go along is the idea for this thing. Remember, a lot of the times we think because we are called day traders, that means that we have to trade every day. But that's not what day trading is. Day trading is a time frame, not an occupational description. You know what I mean? You trade during the daytime, and because of that, you are a day trader. But there is no reason that you should think that coming to do this means that you're going to take trades every day, all day. That would be in misalignment with the vast majority of institutional traders, right? Most of your big institutional traders are waiting days, weeks, sometimes months in between their big trades when they load the boat, waiting for earnings, FOMC minutes, interest rate decisions, right? They're playing the indexes based upon key news, and they're waiting for a really long time, positioning themselves over days and weeks, right? As a thing. The thing that's fun about being a day trader is you trade during the day. So yeah, exactly, Viking. Every single day you get to cash out, you get to take all your chips, and you get to go home and go to bed. Right? You don't have to worry about what the market is doing or how it's doing it. And that's really, really important for me. Like I don't really like swing trading. Right? Last night I took a swing, or I took an overnight position. I shorted it like almost midnight. I longed S6 on the ES and cut it this morning right after I woke up when it was above S4. right? Just took the money off of that. I was up a couple grand already. And then today just said, I'm going to look for a good buying opportunity. If I find one, I'm going to get it, right? So now on RTY, for instance, we came back above the 50 at, near S4 on a lower, wider range. So I got long here and got my stop to the downside enough that if we rejected S4 and went away, that'd be a pretty clear indicator we're moving lower. And that was it. So, and now I'm just trailing now we're just trailing the old 50. Poor man's trend line. Pretty nice position we got going here. If this thing goes all the way back to the CP, this would be a pretty baller trade. I did not long S6 on ES. This is RTY, and I'm long I'm long just at monthly S4. ES was a S4 buy. We're gonna get some selling now. Oh, it was monthly support 6 and intraday S6. It was a very pretty solid spot to get long. All right, now we're buying. Look, we're cleanly buying on RTY. This is good. Yeah, so for me, if you think about it this way, so our fourth levels are like, if you would imagine ranges as being like your yard, right, at your house, like you have a house and you have a fence around your yard. S4 is the fence around your yard. Anything inside of S4 is in the range. When you get outside of S4, S6 is like the fence for your neighborhood. Right. So it's like if you go any further, you're basically leaving the neighborhood. Right. So when you're going over S4, you're leaving your yard. When you go outside of S6, you're leaving the neighborhood. So being at an intraday S6 along with a monthly S6, right, puts us in a very interesting location for buying, because we're basically so low that if we went any lower than this, we were going to get kicked out of the neighborhood, which is very unlikely. I mean, we're moving up now. I am going to camp the open price now. So I'm just trailing the 50. I mean, this is really nice. We're probably making the better part of 2 grand at this point. So again, yep, we actually have a new version of the indicator, Sean, that's going to come out soon. We are splitting out the monthly cams off of the indicator, and we are going to be moving it onto its own separate play calling system, including with its own play calls and alerts. So the monthly cams, we're hoping to have this out in the next couple weeks, but it's going to be monthly alerts. So you'll have monthly S4, S6, and depending on where the price is at, we'll actually call and highlight plays. Yep. So exactly, it's already a thing. We just haven't. Hey, bro, it's good to see you, buddy. It's already a thing. We just haven't released it yet. So we're just, it's being tested. So hopefully by the time that happens, you'll have once we release that, I'm hoping you'll be able to use that for things like putting together swing trade ideas, or longer term plays, playing from monthly S4 to monthly R4. You could be swinging an entire range. The easiest way to learn about my strategy is through my book. It's available on Amazon, A Complete Day Trading System. After that, you can learn through my Bearable Traders is where I have most of my educational content. I also do a Thursday night mentoring at BBT, as well as I do like monthly presentations. I'm here every day from 11 to 12 on YouTube, so you can always come in and ask me as much as you want. I'll teach you right here. If you want to work with me more directly, I do. If you want to work with me more directly, I do offer private mentoring, and you can find links to all of that as well as my mentoring community with Dr. V. You can find that all on my Instagram or my X, which is at Thor Young and at Thor Young MA on Instagram. Who taught me cams? Nobody, Nathan. That's a fun story. So nobody actually taught me cams. I was utilizing DOS Trader Pro at the time, DAS Trader Pro at the time, and I was using a previous day high, low, and close strategy. Right. So I was looking at the previous day's high, the previous day's low, and then depending on where we closed, I would use a Fibonacci, and I was buying and selling basically the top third or the bottom third, depending on how it was actually working pretty well. And then a buddy of mine, Mark, was like, "Hey, if you're really liking, the doing that, you're going to really like Camarilla pivots." So I installed Camarilla pivots through DAS onto my machine and immediately saw how they were lining up, but maybe not so precisely, but I could see how they lined up. So I really liked them a lot. So I utilized the standardized calculation, which is the same one like Nick Scott, for instance, used MB Kurzentwig. I mean, all the major algos basically use this calculation. The only difference in mine is I do some switching around for ETH and RTH, and I adjust my time frames so things line up a little bit better between futures and indices. But nope, I don't swing trade at all, actually. Ironically enough, I want to do it more, which is why we're doing the cam system. I am a day trader by trade. So like right now I'm in RTY long. Now, but it seems like I'm a swing trader because I only take one in and one out. But so like, I'm in for 2 contracts of RTY right now, and I'm looking to move them back to basically yesterday's close. Right? I'm going back to the CP, or the middle of the range. Is there a way to make sure 100% of the day is inside or outside? Yeah. I mean, range width is the easiest way. So if it's a narrow range or a wide range, narrow ranges, we are more likely to close outside the range. On wide ranges, we are more likely to close inside the range. So for instance, one of the other reasons I like RTY is because we're in a lower wide range. So the expectation is we are going to close somewhere near the CP today. At least that's what or inside the range. So the only reason if it wasn't for the necessity of trading 2 contracts, I probably wouldn't even trail these. I would just put this order on. Like now that we're at high of day and we've made a new high of day after 10:30, it's very unlikely that we sell all the way back down across the range. It can happen though. So that's why I'm sitting here under the open. If we lose the open, then again, I'll take the couple grand and we'll call it happy. And then I'm still in micro Bitcoin. This is a micro, so I have to take 15 to 20 contracts of this one to have it really worth it. But you can see I really liked this one because we were under this trend. Look, I want to show you kind of where I got this trend from. Ooh, there's a big seller. So I like that we're right under yesterday's high. That's one of the reasons I really liked this alignment, is because yesterday's high was inside of R3. And when we tried to buy yesterday's high, so you got to think this is yesterday's premium. we're trying to convince the market to buy yesterday's premium. So that's one of the reasons I really liked this position a lot, was because we had really nice alignment. We had yesterday's high right at R3 in the lower, wider range. So this one really fits the system quite well. So basically, we're going to run from yesterday's high back to yesterday's low. This uptrend that I got, it's not hard to find. So I use a 4-hour chart, which I started using after working with Dr. V a lot. So that you can see here, we started the move off of this low. We had this pullback, another wick to it, and then another wick to it. So it's a pretty easy to spot uptrend here. So then you can see when we come through here, you can see how that uptrend. Look how we go right into the uptrend, wick, 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 right from the underneath of the uptrend, and then start to sell. So I like this one quite a bit. So 2 positions that are working. RTY is going to come back to the 50. And we'll see what happens. So we might be out of this one if it comes much lower. Which will be fine because we'll get out of that one, and then we'll see if this micro Bitcoin one works. $50 EMA. I just like using it for trends for my positions. I'm gonna go out right there. Still be like 1500 maybe. If we go through here and eat the open and lose the 50. All right. Yeah, it's for my trail. And so the 50 for me is generically the difference between being bullish or bearish, right? For me on the intraday, the 50 on the 1. So for me, like I prefer to be short. Like if I had have waited to go short till after we lost the 50, I actually, and the line, I would have been short like right here, which it would have been almost the same exact position, but I wouldn't have had to have held it for as long, which would have been a nice. All right, we out of this thing? All right, so we're going to lose the open here. If we lose the open and the 50, I am out of this guy. Plus, I'm kind of hoping the market rolls over anyway. That'll help out my micro Bitcoin one. So you can see why I don't want to give up the open. Like the open should be defended. But if we reject the 50 and crush down here and take out the open after 5 bearish candles, I mean, come on, like not happening. Especially since this is only the first test of the 50. I mean, that's inherently, we probably just ran everything out. We did go all the way through pre-market high. So because we're basically gonna lose it. Nope, it's not VWAP, it's a 50 SMA or a 50 EMA. Yeah, exactly. The 50 SMA is we call it the poor man's trend line. There we go. I'm out. And now we're on to this one. So good day. So we already made today, it was about 1,700 bucks exited, which is beautiful because that's a copied trade, right? So that ends up being a really, really nice winner for me. Um, the poor man's trend line because there are many of us who are just innately like not great at drawing trend lines. So let me kind of show you. So you can see here, like if I was going to draw a trend line, watch this for a failure, you would actually use the low here, and then you would use this pullback here. That's the trend line you would want to use. But not everybody feels comfortable drawing them, right? So that's your uptrend right there. So you can see here when we came back, we lost the trend, pulled back up, and then lost. So, but you can notice that the 50 kind of follows that very, very closely, right? So we call it the poor man's trend line because if you're not good enough to draw them, then you can use the 50 as a substitute. So either way, we're gonna make, we'll make at least like even if this one stops out, I'll end up making still around a little over $1,000 per account today. So that's pretty exciting. That's a fun day. It's all we need, people. It's all we need. Just, one of the things that I think is really difficult in the trading is that we get to I don't want to use the word greedy because I don't think that's the right word, but desensitized maybe being better. Like if you go and let's say you go cliff jumping, right? Or cliff diving. When you first jump off of it, you're going to jump off of one that's like 10 feet up, and it's going to seem like the craziest thing you've ever done. But then somehow these people end up jumping off of 30 foot, 40 foot, massive cliffs. And it's like, how do you get to that point? You know what I mean? But the problem is even once you're at the 40 or the 50 footer, even that starts to right? Even that starts to like, it's not as exciting. So you start to lose the dopamine from it. So you want to push harder and try flips or do all kinds of crazy things. And I think this is inherently what makes trading very, very difficult, is because if you're doing trading right, there's very little stimulation from it. So you get into positions, you end up holding them for a very long time. The money you make is few and far between. So it's like you have to do that. What's your take on stop loss? Would you recommend having a wider? Absolutely have a wider stop loss. Yeah, because I think of what I'm doing as more like a swing trader, right? I'm an intraday swing trader. So basically, I'm selling next to what I think will be premium for the day. So I'll show you here. This is why I liked this position so much potentially. If it works, I mean it's still, who knows if this actually, one of the problems with being, or one of the inherent annoyances, I guess, of trading the way I trade, right, is that I can be in a winning position for 2 hours and then have it come against me and lose, right? Just like I can have a losing position that sits all day for 2 or 3 hours that spontaneously goes and wins. It's a thing. So, G boy, I'm not sure what all that is, but can we not do that? Whatever all that is. I'm gonna assume you're like spam or something. Um, Innovative ideas. Is that like, are you, I'm trying to decide if you're like a real person or not. Because I would like to talk about your issue, but I'm not sure if you're like a real person or not because of all of the emojis and all the stuff. So one of the things you may want to look at, assuming you are a real person, and then Elisa, I'll talk more about that. If you are a real person, like I would think your messaging style here is likely a very serious issue for why you're not maybe getting the amount of money that you want to get out of trading. It seems very over the top and commercially and frivolous. So I assume you're a bot or something, but I just want to kind of point this out. Like, trading is a very serious, is a very serious endeavor. So, and if you're going to be really good at it, you should take it really seriously. So, like you said, you're sitting on good profits, but greed more for the better me. Now my long position is trapped in a deep loss. But so what are you saying there? You're saying you didn't bank money, you just bag held, and now that it's negative, you're still bag holding. So, I mean, it sounds like you're gonna lose a lot of money now. So, but maybe there could be more. So we can talk more about that concept here, Elisa. So when we're talking about premium, right, all I'm talking about is so imagine every single day, right, in the market is an auction. Right? During that auction, we open the auction, we close the auction, and that auction has a high and that auction has a low. Right? The high of that auction every single day, right, is what we would consider to be premium. Right? When we close our auction, whatever the high of that day was, that's premium. Right? Asking someone to buy high means you're asking someone to buy premium. Right? When we're talking about discount, we're talking about low. Right? So buy low, buy at a discount. Right? So relate it to like the real world market as you would notice, right? Like what is the most expensive gas? Right? It's premium. Right? So you rarely want to buy at premium. Now, old premium is a new discount. Right? So once we do buy through premium or we buy through the high, right? This is why we wait for it to test it, is because we want to see if people will continue buying this old premium as a new discount. And this is what creates our ceilings and our floors in the price action. Right? So, but ideally, anytime you're going to be selling, kind of like on micro Bitcoin here, because we're near the previous day's high, that was the highest price they were able to sell this particular, contract at that day, yesterday. So when we're looking for the best price action to look for selling, I would look to sell where we had stopped buying, right? And that's what premium really is. It's not where we sold from, it's where we stopped buying, right? And that's like the main thing when people were no longer willing to engage in that ticker. Good move on RTY. I'm happy with it. Now, unfortunately, although we've gotten some selling to come in, we cannot get continuation on that sell right now for some reason. Does that make sense, Elisa? Let me know if you want me to expound more. I'm here for you after all. But so you can see here, see, this is the high of the previous day. So you can see we have this indecision here, and we're all the way back up at that high right now, offering the value on this big sell candle again. But it's right at our uptrend too. So if we buy the trend and then buy that, I mean, it could actually be a breakout today, which means this is a perfect place to look for a sell, right? Because we're right on a decision-making point. You're a range trader, but on small caps. Nice days. All right, so we're still holding the position, watching the paint dry on micro Bitcoin. We made good money on RTY, which is very nice of it. It'll be interesting to see if this thing goes back into a rally, but I'm really happy with being out of this at the loss of the 50. So I think that is good. I just want to make sure I make some good money this week, so I'm happy with that. So I won't get back into it. I'm just going to sit here and see what happens with micro Bitcoin. Whether the good news is whether this one wins or loses, I make some good money. So how about you? Anybody else? Any other questions out there in YouTube landia? Oh, that's what happened. My chat just stopped moving. I thought like no one was talking for a minute. It's just my chat wasn't loading. I like your video about auction. You seem to have lots of experience in working for the financial or JS. By chance, do you have any video about bond? So I don't do bonds. And actually my financial sector experience is more limited than you would think. I actually came out of the IT industry, but I have been trading for the better part of a decade now. So I do have a lot of experience in that regards. So if you could go back to yourself when you first started, what advice would you give yourself? That's a fun question. So advice number one was it is advice number one is have reasonable expectations. So when I first started trading, I really didn't have reasonable expectations for how much money I could make using the size account I had. And I got too focused too early on money and not focused early enough on just technique, learning trading, learning about trading, learning how to trade, how to take trades, how to properly manage my risk, how to define how much to risk. I thought those were all things that were, I spent a lot of time in the beginning of trading. So my first recommendation for anyone who's just starting trading is to not trade like right away. Like actually take the time and read multiple books. Take the time and use like free trading simulator or some of the free tools that are available to really learn how to get in and out of positions and what that looks like and how that feels. Then ideally, I'd recommend transitioning into some kind of a funded program, through one of the funded brokers, whether that's Variable Traders or otherwise, and actually do some what we call risk-less trading, right? It's not riskless, it's risk-less, because you don't have to put as much of your money in. You're still going to put some money in, you're going to put $1,000 in a day. Yeah, or you could put like maybe 500 or 900 into opening a funded, or depending on the vendor, right? You could risk $80 a day or $60 a day blowing up your accounts, but still that's a lot less than like a $25,000 portfolio, right? So it's risk less, right? So Stefan, I have a day trade on right now. It's in micro Bitcoin. I just concluded a trade I had in RTY that we held and I took out. But otherwise, I mean, I talk about what people ask. Are you an actual day trader, or do you find yourself just to be a slightly rude individual? Oh, my goodness, people. RVOL is not overtly important to me. I think if you're playing breakout trades, it's very helpful to have. Lower volume means lower price movement, less price movement generically, or inconsistent price movement, right? So especially if you're playing like earnings tickers or tickers that really like are gonna go somewhere, you want higher RVOL. This is why we use RVOL scanners a lot. So, but the higher octane trading, like if you're really looking for lots of entries, lots of exits, lots of trade calls, lots of partialing, lots of, all kinds of stuff, then yeah, you know what I mean? This would not be your hour. You would want to come at around 9:30 when Andrew or one of those other things or thing, and I think you're thinking more like not day trading channel. I think you're thinking more like scalping channel. So, because I have a day trade on, so you're absolutely watching day trading. But I'm maybe not doing the type of day trading that you like, which is recognizable. Yeah, Nemoy. No. The rude part was a direct reference to the Just a Chatathon. That was very passively aggressive. That was not even that passive, actually. So like, you could just say, hey, there's so many other ways you could have said that statement and had it not be obnoxious. Thanks, Thor. The expectation I had since I started is that it's simple. Even Andrew with explaining his trades, he makes it look so simple. Yeah, trading, Tazzy, I think that's a really, really good point. Right? So Andrew does make trading look very simple. But I want to remind you of kind of why he makes it look simple. Let's math this a little bit, right? So let's say the average person, let's say your expectation should be to hopefully as a day trader make a percent on your account, right? If you're going to look to make a percent daily on average, then you're not going to want to risk more than 0.25% on average. per trade, right? So because let's say you're risking $100, you risk 25 cents, or sorry, you risk $25, you make like $100 on your winning days. On your losing days, assuming you don't overtrade, you lose less than $100, you end up positive overall, right? And it kind of works out. So, but your expectation, let's say you have a $30,000 account, 1% of $30,000 is only like $300. So your generalized expectation on a PDT account is really only to make about $300 a day if you're risking, let's say, $75 or so per trade. Right? So, but that does not feel like you're making very good money, does it? It feels like you're not making any money at all. But in scale, you are. Like Andrew trades with a $10 million account, and on average, he makes probably around 10 grand, 15 grand, 50 grand on big days, 4 or 5 grand on smaller days, right? But of his positioning, if you math that out, he's making only about 0.25% of his account, maybe even 0.1% or less at times, right? But because of the large account structure, he makes it look easy because it is. He's got a really big account, right? So he can make significant amounts of money on significantly smaller price movements than you can, right? So it's very important to stay aware of that when you're trading Andrew's style and expecting the results that Andrew has. You have to understand that he's trading with a massive account and taking very large positions that he can profit off of very quickly, right? And if you try and duplicate that with a smaller account, it's going to be difficult if you're looking for similar kind of money. So similar account size creates similar result, right? So that's one of the things to be really, really cautious with, right? So now my trading style is insanely easy to do, but insanely difficult to perform, right? Like for me, I've gotten into one entry on this position. I'm still holding it. I have one target. I'm still holding it, and I haven't done anything ever since. So getting in to positions and holding positions and doing what I do is insanely easy. But try doing it. Like sitting here watching your position wiggle around for a couple of hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, then having it go in your direction or stop you out. It's not for everybody. You know what I mean? It's very easy, but also very difficult as far as your conviction rate and how you do things. So more consistent to trading and holding targets. For me, Samir, you got to just let it, buddy. My advice is just let it. You've got to stop. You've got to target. Let it go for one or the other and just see what happens. Depending on what happens, make decisions based upon what you should do tomorrow, right? But for me, it's your entry is going to probably be your best spot. Your exit's probably going to be your best spot, so you might as well go for both. All right, everybody, it's a little afternoon. I hope you all had a great day trading. I really appreciate you coming by and hanging out with me. If you have any questions, email me, thor@bearbulltraders.com, or follow me on my socials. Keep it green, people. Much love. Talk to you later. Bye.